pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. I don't think you can hear Alex over my pews. Pew 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 pew.
What is happening, guys? Happy Gravy Day. I hope they
Happy Gravy Day
over your pews. I would
sometimes I've never addressed it, but sometimes like even in my headphones, I think you just go too loud into your mic and it like cancels out your sound and all I can hear is me.
Well, sorry.
I've never addressed it because I like the spotlight, but
okay. Well, as long as I can hear somebody or something, then we're good. What's happening, gang? It's episode 372 of your favorite podcast. We got the whole gang. I guess you were back last week, Robert. It feels like you were like gone last week, but last week you returned. The week before you were out.
Yeah, the week before I was out.
Okay. Don't ever miss again because it throws me off. I don't know which way's up now. Where
because I still miss you, baby. And
I'm on a 2-week streak this week.
2 weeks. We're right back. Yeah, we should just have a Robert hasn't missed podcast in this many weeks. Like Robert misses a shit ton of podcasts, which he doesn't.
I've got room for a counter right up here. This many weeks since Robert missed a podcast.
But I don't want you to go get a counter. I want you to just like
take a crayon and write on the wall.
Just write it up, like in just like tally marks, like prison. Like how many days?
Who's this kid that keeps breaking in here and writing on my walls? It's me.
We bonded a little bit, Pat and I did, before we started the podcast, and I kind of want to bring it up and see how many Gravy Gang members do this. But Pat and I realized that we both are late 20s, early 30s adults that bite our nails still as adults.
Horribly, not just nails, cuticles too.
Yeah.
Just fuck it all
bad
up.
about it. Bobby Jokes, you don't seem like a nail biter one bit. You also didn't chime in on that conversation, so I'm assuming you get the nail clippers. You're a nail clippers guy.
Yeah, nail clippers. Sam does bite her nails though.
She does?
Yeah, Sam does.
Sam doesn't seem like a nail biter either.
No, she like when she's working, like she gets like stressed out, so she'll like start like pulling at her nails and biting them.
I don't even realize it. Like I'll be watching TV, just like, oh, oops, already just bit off a nail right there. And speaking of Sam, I'm getting sidetracked, but like Robert's podcast this week, like I have never just like I'm like, ugh! Except like they talked about roach stories, and oh my god, recent study suggests at recent study pie, go listen to it wherever you're listening to Pass the Gravy. Just early plug for your podcast, but like that, my whole body shook listening to y'all's roach stories.
Yep, Sam had to go to the hospital because of a roach.
Yeah, you listen to the podcast, and believe me, it's a crazy story. But yeah, so we are adults that bite our nails. Pat, if you guys like, does the Gravy Gang bite their nails? Like, just let us know. Hit us up.
Do you bite your toenails?
I do not. I have before though.
Yeah, I used to as a kid. Now that's basically the only reason I have nail clippers is for my toes.
I pick at them mostly. I pick at them a lot.
I'll pick. Picking. But I'm just like, I'm still really flexible, but like not as flexible as I was as a kid, to where I could just like pop my foot in my mouth. I think I could still do it, but I'm gonna get winded doing it.
Hey, I could do it.
See, I could, but like I would have to stretch really hard, and like my hip already feels like it's a little bit out after doing that.
I could probably do it with my right too.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good thing that I can't do that anymore.
That's a great visual for everybody listening.
That's really gross. Like biting your toes. Like as a kid, kids are gross. You can do it. As an adult, like, no, like biting your fingernails is biting your fingernails. You don't stick your foot in your mouth anymore unless it's for sexual pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. But in that case, then that person would probably be okay to do it because you probably have to keep a pretty clean foot. Yeah.
Hey, I want to do some foot stuff later tonight. Can you trim your toes?
Yeah, I would assume that they are well manicured on their nails if they're foot people. But yeah, biting nails, and then I also I don't know why because I got a wedding invitation today, and I also had to save the date on the refrigerator, and I was just like, why do they have what is the point of a save the date? I get it's to save the date, but like wedding invitations have the date on them. Like, isn't that just like, hey, here's a save the date, so I can send you another save the date, but then also with like a menu, so you have to make a food decision.
Is it a destination wedding? Perhaps a 3-day wedding from somebody who's got an annoying voice like Cordy?
No, not like Nicole's on Big Brother, which is listen to Pastor Gay and Bro tonight. We got some talking to do about that one.
But yeah, is it a destination or is it drivable?
It is not a destination. It's a drivable wedding, but there is a block of hotels because with this group again, this gang that we're going to go with, very likely that we will be intoxicated and probably shouldn't.
That's always the way to go. I mean,
like a local hotel too isn't bad at all, and especially if you don't have to if you're not staying 3 nights in like like Cabo or wherever.
I mean, is it in Houston or is it like a little, just still within a couple hours?
Yeah, it's in Houston. It's in Houston.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know that there's also wedding announcements that you send out to people telling them that you have got married? So you tell the people that you didn't invite, like, hey, I got married. In case you want to send me anything, here's this thing.
Oh, that's like you didn't make the cut?
Yeah.
In case you still wanted to give me a present, even though I didn't invite you to my party.
Yeah.
You were mean to me in high school, Janice, so now I'm going to rub it in your face that I got married first, you bitch.
No, it's Janelle.
I just said Janice.
No, I'm just kidding. That's another Big Brother reference. I'm sorry, we can't do Big Brother references. We do Pass the Gravy references on the Big Brother podcast. We do Big Brother references on Pass the Gravy. We gotta get our references right on the right podcast because I'm hoping there's enough bleed over, but like still, people are gonna get confused. But yeah, it is weird that I didn't even realize the wedding announcements. It's like, dude, we know, especially and I'm sure back in the day it made more sense to have a save the date, and that's probably still what it's from, I would assume. Where it was like, oh, you couldn't just text your friend, hey, I'm getting married. You didn't see it on Facebook. There was no Facebook. So you had to be like, hey, all right, we're going to load up the pony and ride across the country and tell grandma that we're getting married.
That's the worst thing, too.
An old person telling his grandma that he was getting married.
They're like, please send the RSVP. I'm like, I see you 4 times a week. Can't I just, tell you I'm coming? Well, it's hard to keep track. I'm sorry, I see you 4 times a week. If you can't keep track that I'm coming and you need a physical card this big.
No, I get that. If you're putting a wedding together, it's a lot of work. So I understand it's a lot to keep up with. That's like being like Meredith on The Office, where it's I'll just text you the day of to get directions. You're gonna text me on the day of my wedding to get directions, and I'll just have whatever's fanciest.
Do you think there have been couples that just post on Facebook, hey, we're getting married, DM us or message us if you want to come? Instead of sending out invites?
I hope so.
Leave it up to the people. I also think
that DM us if you want to come. That seems kind of weird. But I also could just see I got invited to a wedding group for another wedding that I know I'm invited to. And you don't need to send anything, man. Don't spend that money. Save that up. You're getting married. Use that on your honeymoon. Do whatever with it, Buy a house with it. You don't need you need to waste paper sending it to me. I think an email, a newsletter would be a better way. Just reply all to this email, and then you'd be good. Or a Google Doc. Just sign in if you're going.
Ooh,
sign in and put chicken or fish next to your name. That's what we're pretty proficient with Google Docs, so we'll just do that.
There's assholes like us that would just go through and change people's answers.
Actually, yeah, solid point. Just I don't know. I just thought it was funny that I was like, we already have the magnet of the wedding date on our fridge. I knew y'all were. I don't know. Wedding invitations and wedding save the dates are just weird to me, and that's one of the reasons I haven't gotten married yet. Just because that stuff still confuses me. Registries, you can literally just go and register for whatever you want.
Can you register at a brewery?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
registering at
an Xbox. What I was just I want an Xbox. This hat, does it have to be stuff for a couple, or can it just be my shit? Or
Bacon of the Month Club.
I want to get a Bowflex.
And then also throw some random sex toys in there. But hey, we're trying to make this work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go to Zone de Erotica and, with one of those guns that for your registry and just start clicking on shit all around the store.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah, that'd be tight.
You guys want a face mask with a dildo on the forehead? Yeah, don't judge. 2020.
I had friends that it was called, I think, Honey Fund is what they used. And you could just buy things for their honeymoon. So they're oh, we're going to Costa Rica. And you could buy them horseback riding on the beach or whatever. And you didn't have to buy it, but you could put part of the money down so then somebody else could do that. Or then if they wanted to do that, it was way cheaper. And I thought that was a really cool like thing instead of a registry. So it's like, I'm not buying you towels, but here you can go and like go to this bar on me, or here go like swim with the dolphins on me. Like that's tighter than like here's monogrammed towels.
When I was a groomsman at my buddy's wedding in college, I got him a gift off the registry. I got him like this nice cutting board that was on there, but I didn't realize till like later on in the night. I was like, oh, I wrapped this, never put a name on it. So I called him back like 3 weeks later. I was like, oh, by the way, I was the cutting board. They were like, yeah, we figured it out, Pat.
He was just the only one that didn't have a name.
Yeah, and also you're a fucking child, so we kind of figured that, not having a name on it kind of felt like a Pat gift.
Yeah.
Which I respected.
Yeah. Why don't they shouldn't make you have to like take that to the wedding either. Like it feels weird going to a wedding with a gift. It's like, this isn't a birthday party. Like, you should just...
I respect that because I would totally not send it for months if...
Well, no, but they should have it like where like you buy it and then like it's either like they have to go do like a one big pickup from the same store where they've all got it all together, or like it gets delivered to them. Like it should just be set up where it's like, oh, we're just going to send it to them after the wedding.
I probably still would choose to deliver it because I would forget to like get the right address.
People want the credit for it too. People want the credit. Yeah, I don't know. We're thinking way too much in this, and this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about on the podcast today. So let's just move into the actual podcast.
Yeah, it's probably about time.
I apologize for, where are we, like 30 minutes in? And we've talked about nothing that we had on the plate. No, we're 10 minutes in. It was just a 10-minute waste of time, Robert. We're back on schedule now. Let's get
it's not bad for us.
The Pass the Gravy Time Machine Club. Since the whole lockdown thing, we kind of just been picking a year where shit happened. Like nothing is happening in 2020. So we're going to pick a year that stuff happened in. And then like a book club, we're just going to look up what happened online. Because I never was in a book club, but in every class I was in where you had to read, it was usually just like Spark Notes. What are we covering from chapters 2 to 4 here? Scarlet Letter. Let's figure that out because I didn't read it. And we don't want to have a book to not read and then pretend we're talking about. So we just decided we could just Google it. We're going to Google a random year and then just discuss things like it would be a book club, but it's not. This is the Pass the Gravy Time Machine Club. This week, our year is 1937 as picked by Pat. Pat, since you picked it, would you like to start us off?
I would. And it was a big year for aerospace tragedies. Just to start us right off, Amelia Earhart disappeared.
Shoot, yeah.
Goddamn Bermuda Triangle, man.
What the fuck, man? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. Like, can you imagine, like, Amelia Earhart, whatever went down, like, she had to be like, nobody's gonna have any idea what happened here.
That's got to be like one of the biggest examples in human history of everybody knowing about the event, but nobody knowing anything about the event. Everyone just knows, like, Amelia Earhart, she's trying to fly around the world.
Spirit of St. Louis, I think.
And it didn't work. But, like, not many people have ever actually looked into it to see, like, what went down. And everyone just kind of knows, oh, Amelia Earhart, yeah, she crashed. Have you ever looked into, like, any of the conspiracy theories with her that, like, she survived on an island and there's, like, pictures of her where it's, like a bunch of natives and then just, like, one white woman around
She's
that time,
queen.
like, 10 years later. You should look it up sometime. There's some crazy shit out there.
Well, I already have my own conspiracy theory, and that's that she flew away, just never returned because she had her own plane, and she met up with D.B. Cooper, who I think, what did he do? He jumped off a plane and, like, parachuted with a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Hijacked a plane and escaped. I got all my D.B. Cooper knowledge from that Up a Creek Without a Paddle or whatever movie. And
Without a Paddle.
Oh, yeah, Without a Paddle. But
and Todd Snyder's song, D.B. Cooper.
I never heard that song.
Oh, look into it. Good song.
But I think Amelia Earhart and D.B. Cooper met up and, like, you know, they hooked up for a little bit. Now, Pat's telling me the timeline is years off, but hey, she could have waited. When it's love, you know, man.
I mean, she would have been
boom, they got a plane so they could go anywhere.
Well, here's the thing.
The earth forever.
I'm thinking around the D.B. Cooper time, she would have been in her 60s, and D.B. was supposed to be in his 40s at the time.
It's not that big
was
of a
suspected,
gap, dude.
So it's not that big of a gap.
They were pen pals, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure he showed her his pen.
Like, I'll meet up. She's like, we don't have money though. He's like, I got it. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Meet me here with the plane that you already have. Bingo.
I'm gonna jump out of my plane and land on your plane.
Exactly.
It's Grand Theft Auto shit.
Yep. And I thought that was a sex joke too, but it could have been. Look at you taking the high road.
He'll park his plane in her hangar. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're good. But no, I think that's a solid Amelia Earhart conspiracy theory.
Yeah. 70 years later, latest technology, they still not found her plane. But
yeah,
as I said,
with DB,
look into it sometime. There are some really cool conspiracy theories with her. But I think the most likely thing is that there was a malfunction and she crashed in the ocean and died.
Likely, yeah. I would say that's probably the most reasonable.
Friggin' Bermuda Triangle, man.
I like you were saying airspace travel. It was a big year for that. It was also another tragedy that occurred was the Hindenburg incident. It burst into flames. I think it was called mooring, but I think that's trying to like dock. And it was trying to dock or whatever, and then it fucked up and just started blowing up and lit on fire, and it was a huge big thing. That got me stuck on a rabbit hole where I just was on Wikipedia looking at Hindenburg, Zeppelins, airships was also what they were called, or we call them blimps now, but I don't think a blimp is what an airship was. But then I was like, an airship, like, did people use those as planes before? Because that seems like that would have been a tight idea. And
blimps and Zeppelins are different.
Yeah, they definitely are. Because like a blimp is more just like a promotional thing, and a Zeppelin is it's got like an interior to it. A blimp is just a balloon. It's just a balloon with the little thing on the bottom of it. The Zeppelin has like an interior, like building, like it's got like an
passenger carrier.
Yeah,
like
we all saw Indiana Jones. We know
exactly. You've seen Indiana Jones,
except for Robert. Robert hasn't seen it.
Well, I haven't.
You should read it on Wikipedia, and you'll get all you need. But I was
watch Indiana Jones.
I was wondering if like people like just like used Zeppelins or airships as like a mode of transportation, and I was like, how fast did they go? And it was like they could go up to like 60 or 70 miles an hour, and I was like, wait, what? And I had read something about the first like round trip cross Atlantic flight in an airship, and then that got me stuck into like, wait, if you were only going 70 miles an hour, that's like going in a car across the fucking ocean. How long would that take? It takes like 3 days. It takes like 3 days to just be like, I'm just gonna get in this fucking Zeppelin. Like they probably didn't have bathrooms then. Like you're just pissing and shitting in the corner.
No, like, they definitely had bathrooms.
I don't know. Bathrooms weren't a thing in the 30s.
You got to remember, you had to be very, very rich to travel and shit like this. And rich people don't fuck with not having the comforts that they're used to.
No, it was like because it was like Amelia Earhart trying to like circumnavigate the globe where they were trying to do this feat. So it was like I feel like you have to have the daredevils that are trying to do it. You're not getting like the big old rich guy's not gonna risk his ass on the like. Oh, I bet you I can round trip flight it.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's only rich people, and they travel that way, so they only have to interact with other rich people.
Well, but the first time they did it, like to get across the Atlantic, was
like even if you take a train,
you could have a whole group of passengers doing that.
You could.
That's crazy. We'll just go on a boat.
Okay, on a boat. Did you not see the Titanic? Lots of poor people.
That was one boat.
Okay. Most boats are still going to have the undercarriage or under levels, whatever you want to call it, where poor people can travel too.
Steerage.
Super rich people don't even want to have the chance of seeing them.
Dude, back then, at least. Airships seemed like at the beginning. I bet when they invented, like, dude, this is fucking nuts. We are flying. We are in the air traveling. This is crazy.
But also, cars weren't as prevalent back then.
But if you could show them a plane now, they'd be like, what the fuck? We wasted so much time. Like, you can cut this Atlantic trip down into like 20 hours. This is bullshit.
Way less than that, but okay. Like 12.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's crazy how, like I don't know, we used to only have boats, and we would go 3 days, it's like a week to get across to certain places. But airships is what I learned the most about, and that's all because of the Hindenburg. But the Hindenburg disaster in New Jersey happened in 1937. Robert, what did you learn about it?
Well, hold on. That was in New Jersey?
Yeah.
I thought that was in Germany.
It was created in Germany.
Weird. By the way, Hindenburg, is that the most fun
Lakehurst,
to say tragedy?
New Jersey.
Is Hindenburg the most fun to say tragedy of all time?
Yeah.
It's a fun word. It's pretty fucked up to say, but, you know, it was...
Right.
70 years ago, so I think it's okay to joke about now.
It was constructed in Germany as a passenger-carrying rigid airship by Luftschiffbau Zeppelin, and then it was shipped over here or flown.
I've known about this since I was probably 5 years old. Never knew it happened in America.
Lakehurst, New Jersey. Yeah, see, that's why we have the Pass the Gravy Time Machine Club, guys. Robert, what'd you learn from the year 1937?
I saw that Snow White came out, was the first full-length animated movie that Disney put out. That they weren't sure where they were gonna make money off of it. People thought that it was gonna flop, but it did not. It did not flop.
Interesting that they went with Snow White. Makes you think. It was a different time though. Yeah.
Why not Snow Yellow?
Yeah, or Snow Blue. Who knows? What is your favorite of the Seven Dwarfs, Robert?
I don't know any of them. I think wait, there's a grumpy one, isn't there?
Grumpy, Dopey, Bashful. I think there's
Sleepy,
Doc. What are the other two? I already said Bashful.
Was there Hungry?
Probably. Sneezy seems like one. And then just Harold. There's a guy named Harold.
I think I'll go with Harold then.
Harold? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a real one. But yeah, he's my favorite too. He was also my favorite.
Good old Harold.
All right. Or Pat, no, it's you, unless you want me to go again.
No, I'll go again. Sorry, I was just doing a little calculation because Snow White, it had a $1.5 million budget back then. And I was like, Jesus, what is that now? It's just under 27 million. So not that crazy.
Wasn't that too when they were just flipping pages to make the cartoons work? They just had a whole page.
I don't know. I
like to think that was how they did it, so we're just gonna go with that.
One of my childhood favorites also made his debut this year, Daffy Duck.
Oh, Daffy Duck, dude, that's a good one.
You're despicable.
Was he the best of the Ducks, or were you a Donald Duck guy?
No, Daffy's better. Even though some of the guys at work, they call me Pato Donna, which apparently is Donald Duck.
Oh, that's not what that means. That's not what that means at all.
Well, because for years they called me Pato, and I thought they were just throwing an O on the end of my name before I found out that is Spanish for duck. But I was like, whatever, I'll take it. Fucking
Why
ducks
did they call you Duck?
I just thought it was I think it's because it's very close to Pat, my actual name.
Ah.
And then one time someone was like, I heard in the kitchen, they're like, "So Pato," and I was like, "What?" And someone was like, "No, she's asking for the duck," and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, Pato means duck," and I was like,
"You're calling me Duck?"
So for 3 years, you guys have called me Duck, and they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right."
I just thought that was because I was Irish.
I just thought you were throwing an O on the end because I used to jokingly trying to figure out words in Spanish. I'm like, "Where's the spaghetti O?"
Yeah, the L, whatever the regular word is.
I thought you guys were just fucking with me back the way I fuck with you guys. Like, no, we just called you Duck.
We just called you Duck. That's it. Weezy's favorite toy is a duck, so ducks are cool.
But yeah, Daffy Duck, and you know what? Probably the reason I liked him so much as a kid, Daffy's a dick. He's always in a bad mood. He's always grumpy. He's pissed off at bugs all the time. I think that's why I related to him, even though I was a happy child. Somewhere along the line that changed, but
I learned that in 1937 the Golden Gate.
Whoa!
I thought you were done.
I was, but it's Robert's turn.
No, it's not.
No, it's Alex's turn.
It's my turn.
No, it went. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge officially opened in San Francisco. That was pretty cool. The other day I was watching bridge videos of bridges because with the whole hurricane last week. They were showing bridges that were in danger or whatever, and I was looking at this old videos of how they had test bridges where they'd go move them, and because they had to be able to wobble a little bit without just breaking, and it was it's crazy when they were showing them trying to sustain winds. You just see these fucking big ass bridges that people drive across every day, just wobbling as far as they can to the left and the right. That shit was crazy looking. And it's got to be wobbling in real time when people are driving on it, but it's you just don't really ever notice it, I guess. But yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge, probably I'd say like top 5 bridges of all time if we're ranking bridges. I don't know. Next mock drafts season, maybe we're gonna have to do a mock draft of bridges.
I'd say it's number one.
London Bridge is pretty.
London Bridge fell down.
It did fall down, but it made it a great song, honestly.
You got the fucking Brooklyn Bridge.
You get the Brooklyn Bridge.
But that leads to Brooklyn, so how good can it be?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Brooklyn's got some cool stuff. Our friend, ex-host of Past Gravy, co-host of Past Gravy Bro, Chris Hogan lives in Brooklyn.
Though? You're making my point.
Yeah. Chris is a cool guy. Yeah, that's definitely probably top 3 bridges for sure. I don't know. George Washington Bridge is one.
Where is that?
Selma. Selma's a pretty big bridge, right?
That's a city, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Selma Bridge that they I don't know what it's called. I think they're gonna call it the John Lewis Bridge now, but whatever the bridge was that they crossed in Selma. Yeah, I guess if we don't know the name of it. Golden Gate Bridge is the goat of bridges.
The bridge to Terabithia?
Yep, bridge to Terabithia. Bridge over troubled water. The card game bridge.
Mel Bridges? Or Jeff
Mel
Bridges?
Jeff Bridges. Both of those. Yeah, bridging
There's
the
no
gap.
Mel.
Sounds like it.
The card game bridge?
I already said that. Did that
you?
one. Yep.
I wasn't listening.
Bridges with teeth.
Nash Bridges. That was a good show in the 90s.
Yeah. I think those are all the bridges I can name right now.
The Rainbow Bridge.
Rainbow Bridge
from Norse mythology.
That's where you go when you die.
No, that's the one that Thor travels on.
I know dogs supposedly cross the Rainbow Bridge, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When they pass away, dogs they went over the Rainbow Bridge. I thought that was what it was called.
I think you're making stuff up, man.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
I thought they went to a farm.
Yeah,
That's what your parents tell you. That's what your parents tell you. So that's what I learned. What about you, Robert? What else?
I got a lot of celebrities that were born this year that I didn't realize, like Morgan Freeman.
What?
Yep, he was born.
He's 1,000,000 years old.
Born 37.
Wait till you hear the rest of these. There's a lot of old dudes that you don't realize how old they are.
Like Anthony Hopkins.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think Pat had another list. Who else did you have on there, Pat?
Hanoi Jane Fonda. That bitch.
Okay.
She was an actress and also very famously, basically shit on the Vietnamese, or not the Vietnamese, the American troops in Vietnam. So they called her Hanoi Jane because she was a piece of shit. Dustin Hoffman, Jack Nicholson, Colin Powell.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. And Warren Beatty.
1937 was a fucking crazy year. It was a wild year. Wild year. I would say, especially with the disasters, there was apparently dust storms in Oklahoma. I don't nobody fucking lives in Oklahoma really, but it's that seems like it sucks. There was all kinds of shit that it just was bad that happened, and I guess was 1937 the original 2020? People are saying
there was an outbreak of polio that caused schools in Chicago to stay closed.
Did they have to wear masks? That was probably when they had to wear those bird masks, with the beak.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's what. Yeah, you never know. Or you had to wrap a potato sack around your face.
There was a huge dust storm in Oklahoma.
I feel like I literally also just said that one too.
Sorry, I was reading something else and didn't hear that part. Your voice is just very easy to ignore.
No, it's because I
was reading about Neville Chamberlain and I got pissed off. Which, if you guys don't know, Neville Chamberlain was the British Prime Minister who basically every time it came up and Hitler would ask for something, he'd go, "Let's just give it to him and maybe he'll stop."
No, he'd go, "Let's just give it to him, mates. Maybe he'll knock it off after that, you old bloke."
My name's Neville.
There was also these dust bowls in Oklahoma.
Fuck you. Jesus Christ, Cassie. My sister just snuck up on me. Holy shit.
That was pretty great.
I almost shit myself on camera, guys. That wasn't cool.
All right, Robert, as you were saying,
there was
the dust bowls or dust storms in Oklahoma. That's what I figured that out too.
You know, for a nice guy, you're kind of a dick, Robert.
I think it's funny.
There was Oklahoma had some shit happen too, but I don't remember what that was.
Did something go down in Oklahoma then? Big year for Oklahoma.
I swear the rest
Oklahoma was invented then.
Fine. The rest of this fucking podcast, I'll try and pay attention to what you guys are saying while you're talking to me.
Oklahoma.
It's gonna be really boring, though. 2 big books came out this year too. The Hobbit and Of Mice and Men.
Oh, fuck The Hobbit, dude. The Hobbit just basically giving us the reason that, like, it's going to lead us on the start of this long-ass trilogy movie one day that I'll hate because it just gets us to the end of a mountain and we're like, nope, haha, watch the next movie in a year. So really, The Hobbit, fuck that. That's one more terrible thing this year.
The Hobbit's dope. You're a dick.
Disagree.
I mean, the movies weren't as good as the other movies, the Lord of the Rings movies, but yeah, man, it's
The Hobbit was the first Lord of the Rings.
Well, no, I mean the other movies came out first. The Hobbit is before, but the other movies came out first.
Okay, then never mind. I take that back. I've never seen The Hobbit. Then I just saw the first Lord of the Rings. That's all we got though from 1937 and our PTG Time Machine Club. And if you guys learned anything that we didn't mention and you'd like to chime in, at Past the Gravy Pod, use the hashtag PTG1937. I guess I'm picking next week. And we're wondering when Where You Ben's going to come back, but I think we're going to do at least one more round of all of us picking a year before we bring Where You Ben back. But PTG Time Machine Club, it's been fun so far. And I think we learned maybe the most that I've learned out of any Time Machine Club on today's podcast. Let's move on to the Comeback Kid segment where we shoehorn whatever we want that's been in the news the last week into the podcast. The Comeback Kid segment brought to you by our very good friends, the sole alcohol sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast, Southern Star Brewing Company. I'm enjoying a nice Southern brunch right now. I gotta be honest with you guys. I probably had like 20 of them over the weekend. Like I couldn't stop drinking them. But also they're, I think, 1% less alcohol than some of the other beers. So it's like I was really just, building up tolerance, right? Or something like that. Whatever can justify it.
Sure.
And the best thing is I was playing soccer, and after soccer, it's like the orange slices, but it's adult orange slices after playing soccer. I'm just like, oh, played a nice little game of soccer. Cool. Hey, guys, gather around. I got a sixer of Southern Brunch. And like, well, Alex, this tastes phenomenal. It's like an orange. I'm like, exactly. You're right. It is just like that. It's a mimosa beer, basically. It's a citrus shandy is what they're calling it. It's awesome. They've also got some other great beers out right now. Their Oktoberfest is out. It's bigger and better than ever. They got the Valkyrie double IPAs that are out now. Pat's had some of those, and he is a pretty big fan.
Oh, yeah.
If you just want a regular IPA, they got the Subatomico Juicy IPAs, the Conspiracy Theories, obviously Bombshell Blonde. That's what brought you here to Southern Star. That was my original favorite beer. Then they invented the Strawberry Bombshell Blondes, which are also awesome. And then you got the Echo and Conroes, if you can find them. There's something for everybody at Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street up there. They got the tap room open, and you just got strict social distancing guidelines, but don't worry, they're going to take care of you. They're going to make sure you're safe. They got food trucks out there, so it'll be okay. They got the outside yard area open. It's a lot of fun up at Southern Star, and also it's just very important to still support your local businesses. Southern Star is our favorite local business, and you can get any Southern Star product at most local like H-E-B's, Kroger's, Randall's. You can also get them. I would say like if you're going to try and find any of like the wider varieties of them, go to like a Specs, a Goody Goody, a Total Wine & More, or like a liquor store, so they'll have a bigger selection. But also you can go up to the brewery, 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe. They'll definitely have them in stock. And Southern Star Brewing Company, my favorite beer, your favorite beer, America's favorite beer, Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast, and our Comeback Kid segment, which begins now.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Our first comeback kid this week. It's got to be Black Panther, a.k.a. Chadwick Boseman, a.k.a. was it T'Challa? Was the name?
Yes.
Chala? He passed away. That was like just shocking news. I remember like when I saw it on Twitter, I thought it was like one of those hoax things. I was like, wait, that guy was fine. He was young. And no, dude had, I think it was colon cancer and just didn't tell anybody about it. And like, he probably told his like inner circle, but he didn't tell a lot of people that he worked with. Like, there was never any talk really of him going through treatment or anything like that. And then people did bring up that I saw this happen. I didn't watch Black Panther or anything, so like I didn't really follow him as much as I probably should have. But I remember he played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42, and on the original Jackie Robinson Day, baseball kind of rescheduled it this year. But on the original Jackie Robinson Day, he had a 42 hat and was doing a whole thing about what Jackie Robinson meant to him and how cool it was to get to play Jackie Robinson. And he looked really skinny, and everybody was like, man, old Chadwick Boseman's like looking like a crackhead. And everybody was like saying he looked skinny, he looked like he was on drugs or whatever. And it was like, no, he was probably just going through cancer treatment, and you're all a bunch of assholes. So it's one of those good examples of you never know what somebody's going through. So maybe think about that before you judge. And I know that I am somebody that is quick to judge before I make those considerations. So maybe that's just something that we can learn from him. And obviously just seeing the outpouring of support and love for that guy, he had a lot of effect on a lot of people. I don't know. I watched the least amount of him. What do you guys want to say about it? Do you have anything to add?
You go ahead first, Robert.
Yeah, that happened the same night that the Astros and A's protested the game. I think it was Friday. It was Friday night. And it was also the same day that Robert Ford, he said his speech, and like that was like really powerful. And it was like that makeup Robbie, I forgot his name just now, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah,
Jackie Robinson Day for MLB, and so it's like just him passing away, and like the combination of the Astros protest, what Robert Ford said, Jackie Robinson Day, Chadwick Boseman played him. Like it was just like a really heavy night for me, just like because I know that Chadwick Boseman meant a lot to people. Like also, when he passed away, you see a bunch of like videos and stuff of what he did. And like there was one with like Jimmy Fallon, where a bunch of people just spoke to like a cutout or like a poster of Chadwick Boseman playing Black Panther, telling them what he meant to them. And Chadwick Boseman was like behind the curtain, and he would pop out after they spoke what they said. And like, just like the reaction on everyone's face, there was like, wow, like you meant so much to me. And like, this is crazy that I'm meeting you in person. And like, he meant a lot to people.
Like little the one thing that I saw also that like I remember now is that it was like a dad saying like he gave my son like it was a black superhero that he didn't feel like he was dressing up under a white superhero's costume. Like he could be Black Panther, knowing, oh hey, there's a black person like me played this person, or what was the superhero? Not I'm Spider-Man, but I'm the Black Spider-Man. And like that's one of those things like we. At least Pat and I, is like a privileged life of being white. Like I never thought about that, and that's pretty cool that he brought like that ability to so many other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. He nailed that role, Black Panther. Like he. It's one of those ones where you couldn't even imagine having anyone else ever been casted in it. Now that he's done it, and
that's what I was going to ask later. Like, can they recast?
Well, I'll get to that in a minute, but it was it's great that, what was it, 4 years that he played the role, that he got to, or the short time, I don't know if it was 4 years or 4 movies, it was something like that he got so many movie roles in it in that short time, but I doubt they will. I think what they're going to end up doing is in the comics, his sister becomes a Black Panther, and she's already in the movie universe and everything too, so I think that's probably the way they'll go over recasting it. Like I don't know.
He die in the comics?
I'm not sure. I know his sister does take over. But yeah, it sucks. He was not just in that, like 42. A lot of people didn't see it, but Draft Day, he was at Draft Day. That was a very different role from the other ones because he was kind of a dick in that one.
Yeah.
Strong-willed. And,
I didn't even realize I didn't even think about him being in draft day.
Because he's so much more muscular. Like he put on a lot of muscle for that.
I totally forgot about that
role. But yeah,
Draft
it
kind
sucks.
Of a forgettable movie, honestly.
I love that movie though. I love it.
It's
not
like
that
cool
good.
In like a
I just
nerdy
love it.
sense. It's not a great
Yeah.
movie.
No, it's not. It's a Kevin Costner sports movie,
really
so
happens.
I'll watch it 100 times. But yeah, there's really nothing else to say. It sucks, man. He's a great actor, great guy, and he's gone too soon.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that was like 3 days
Fuck
of
cancer.
like support, at least like of like outpouring of celebrity support and all kinds of stuff like that. Not just celebrities, but just everybody online. It felt like was upset about that. Moving on, our next comeback kid, I guess. Let's try and get a little happier with it. Is Tony Hawk? Ever heard of him? He's back. That's pretty rad, if you ask me, because Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, I believe, come out, like the remastered ones come out this Friday. Pat's already got it downloaded. He just can't play it yet, I don't think. But like, I'm gonna get it obviously when it comes out. We're playing some graffiti this weekend, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, because that's what I'm doing. Robert, maybe you want to come by and play some T-Hawk? Huh?
I've never played it before, but I think you guys have Xbox. I don't have Xbox.
Dude, you can come play some Xbox over here, though. It'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
Hop
on the Twitch. Hop on the Twitch. Dude, I'm so stoked for it. And, like, I thought it was next month for some reason. And then Pat texted me this weekend. I was like, oh, fuck. But Tony Hawk was already a comeback kid before Pat reminded me of that, because he did kind of the exact same thing as was Katie Ledecky with Milk, where she swam across the pool with it on her head and didn't spill anything. Tony Hawk went and did a McTwist, I think, where he just did like a spin flip thing. If you don't understand skateboard lingo, which I would assume a lot of you don't, he grabbed the board and spun around on it with a glass of milk, and then finishes the trick, lands, and then drinks the milk without spilling any of it. So he's just awesome. He made Milk look badass. Milk always looks like, I feel like it's like a kid drink, I'm not saying like adults can't drink it, but it seems like it just reminds me of being like a kid, because you always had to finish your milk. You always had stuff like with milk when you were a kid, and now like people that drink milk with dinner were always weird. Like I had friends that you'd go over to their house for dinner and they'd like have a glass of milk with like pizza. And I was like, that's weird.
It's not weird. Milk is great.
Right, but like not with pizza.
That's why you grew up skinny and frail.
I'm not frail, bro. I've only broken one bone. Only one bone.
It's one more than me, and I used to drink a lot of milk.
Okay, maybe that's a good
point. I guess milk strengthened my eyes too, because guess who's not an eye injury survivor, because I've never had one.
Hey, don't bring things up like that. It's a very sensitive area, okay?
For you, for me, not so
much.
A lot of
the Gravy Gang, there's several people in the Gravy Gang that have also been eye injury survivors, so maybe
they should drink more milk.
Bring that back up to us, okay? I don't think that has anything. It's carrots. It's carrots. Calcium. I think what it is with eyes. There's no bones in your eyes. There's no bones.
Not in mine.
No, not in anybody's. There's no eye bones.
Somebody poked you in the eye with a bone. Oh, no, it was a hat.
It was a hat, not a bone. There's no bones in hats either. So
if your bones were stronger, you would have reacted quicker.
See, now you're reaching. Now you're reaching. But yeah, Tony Hawk, cool as shit. Cool as shit. Do you think, like, Robert, you're younger than us. Do you think Tony Hawk is cool? Or are you just like, that's that guy that skateboards?
I think it's cool. I've seen him do some things. Like, I think you guys know about the slow-mo guys. I think he was part of like one of their slow-mo guys episodes where he was skateboarding, and like he just seemed like a fun guy.
Okay.
Cool
dude, when he hit the first 900, that was like a cultural event.
Well, that was the massive. X Games, right?
I don't remember if it was at the X Games or somewhere else, but like that was just, it was huge. Like that was the biggest story in sports that day. I don't know what other sports are going on, but
he made skateboarding like a main, like a, not like, it wasn't permanently mainstream, but like, it was like, I would imagine he is like the Kelly Slater of skateboarding, where Kelly Slater, I don't think anywhere has the notoriety that Tony Hawk does. But like, when you're like, name one surfer, I could probably think of Kelly Slater, just because I know he was really good and he was on MTV when we were growing up. But like,
and Johnny Tsunami,
that guy made people talk. Yeah, he was not real, but real surfers. Because I would have said surf ninjas if we could just make up people.
That dog that surfs.
Any dog that surfs actually is probably the coolest surfer. But Kelly Slater, like, you didn't talk about surfing unless it was like, did you see Kelly Slater did this? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but that's awesome. That looks sick. And they're like, yeah, Tony Hawk did a 739 McDouble McFuckface. And I'm like, whatever. I have no idea what that is, but wow. That's lots of spins and flips and stuff. That looks cool. Like, it made you want to watch skateboarding. And then he put out a video game, and you're like, obviously, I am obsessed with this. So, like, he's the best. He's the best. Like, that's why, to me, Pierce Brosnan will always be my James Bond. I know that Daniel Craig's done a lot more. I know that there's a lot of other probably better James Bonds. But
Sean Connery.
Pierce Brosnan was on GoldenEye. He was on the video game GoldenEye cover, and that's what I loved when I grew up. So I was like, I will always like him as my James Bond. That's it.
He was a great Bond. I'm not taking anything away from him, but Sean Connery's the GOAT Bond.
No, I'm not saying. And I said I know he's not the best Bond, but just he's my Bond. He's my Bond.
I respect that.
So Tony Hawk, a comeback kid, another comeback kid. But yeah, we got to get on the Pass the Gravy at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitch. Go give us a follow on Twitch if you have a Twitch account, and if you don't, maybe make one, and then you can watch me and Pat play each other on Tony Hawk this weekend. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, technically it comes out tomorrow, so if it's available at midnight, I'll stream some Tony Hawk tonight.
Okay, that'd be tight. This is one I just remembered that I didn't add. Adding on to our comeback kid is the Kentucky Derby's back. It's back this Saturday. It's been rescheduled, so we got the Kentucky Derby going on Saturday. I got my bet in already. I got a little early bet. It was the favorite. 'Tis the Law was not a huge favorite when I was kind of like scouring the numbers. I was like, all right, I'll throw some money on the favorite. Threw a couple bucks, and then I was just throwing out a random name that you may want to throw some money on that probably won't win, but if you want to put it like place or show, if you just want to have a little funsies watching a long shot, go Max Player. Max Player is if you want to just have funds. And then if it wins and it's a crazy upset, then you win a lot of money on a $2 bet. But if not, then whatever. And then if you want to act like you know what you're talking about, go. And I don't think they're having Kentucky Derby parties probably because of the fucking pandemic. But if you're hanging out with a gang of people watching like Kentucky Derby, like, yeah, you know, 'tis the law. 'Tis the Law, I think, is going to run away with this one. Probably going to take the Triple Crown this year. Drop that knowledge out there. They're like, wow, you know what you're talking about. And then
so definitely
Max Player,
don't bet it if Alex believes in it.
No. This 'Tis the Law. This is the runaway favorite. The other two horses kind of dropped out. One of them was named Nadal after the tennis player, and that was supposed to be a big one, and then it got hurt, so it couldn't race. So the Kentucky Derby is all fucked up. So a lot of horses that probably wouldn't be in the Kentucky Derby are in it this year. Like probably 4 or 5 that probably wouldn't have made the cut. And so I think that like 'Tis the Law is going to just run away with it. But Kentucky Derby, that's the comeback kid this week. Tune into that on Saturday. Then maybe I'll like go live for that. It's like 2 minutes. Like I can just go live for the Kentucky Derby. That'd be tight. On
yeah, why not?
Yeah, who knows? Like, what are the rules? I don't know if you know, Pat. Like, can we watch a show on Twitch and then it show us reacting to it? Are we allowed to do that or no?
I think as long as the sound isn't on, if it's just your reaction, I think that's fine.
Okay, well, we'll figure something out maybe. Our other comeback kid this week, we got OnlyFans. OnlyFans, like Zoom and OnlyFans have to be having like the biggest years ever, right? And like,
yeah, I mean,
besides like hand sanitizer and shit, but
sand sanitizer,
you're right. But OnlyFans absolutely breaking like records, just making money and shit. I think Bella Thorne actually broke OnlyFans. Because
that bitch.
She said she was gonna put out nudes, and I think she was charging like $200 for them.
Yeah, $200. Like you had to already be subscribed to her for $20, and then it was a $200 like picture. Like there's a paywall behind the paywall, and she was like, "Pay me $200 for my nudes," and people were like, "How nude?" And she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna be wearing any clothes. That nude." So then people bought it. And it was literally like she's not wearing any clothes, but she's completely covered up. So it pissed off everybody. And it
like she's like holding her boobs and like
it's like side and she's like this and like you can see like her hip, but like that's it. So basically everyone immediately contacted OnlyFans and was like, "Hey, we want a refund.
Hey, we're too horny and we were misled."
And
which is a funny email.
So OnlyFans, I guess, to refund all these things with not having cash on hand, which doesn't make sense to me, like, because it takes 7 days to pay out, so they would still have all of the money that they just paid, but they changed their rules because of this one thing, saying now you're not going to be paid every 7 days. If you're a content creator, you get paid once a month. And now, instead of being able to set anything you want, like as a price for a picture that you put, now you can only do up to $100, and tips can only come in up to $100. So they're capping all these people's money that they've made this their livelihood.
Well, can you just give multiple tips? Like, I don't know how it works, but like, if I just wanted to tip you 5 times and tip you $500, like, I don't know. It seems like you could still get it done. Also, probably. I think there's a lot of people that get paid twice a month, as like hand up me twice a month. So it's like you're kind of just on like a regular payment schedule.
I know. Yeah. It's just shitty that, like, you know, I don't really give a fuck because I'm not one of them. But it's just shitty that this millionaire came in and then she tried to go, well, I was just doing this for research for a role. So you fucked up a lot of people's livelihoods that use this to pay rent and buy groceries. Even though you're already a fucking millionaire and you made $2 million in the first 2 days and fucked up the way everyone gets paid and the whole system of this company. But it's okay because you were just researching a role. You're not even a good actress.
That's some like mad respect. Well, that's why she's researching the role. That's some mad respect though, because you just made like $2 million in 2 days selling nudes where you didn't have to show anything. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, because that was the funniest part is if you actually bought hers,
you didn't lie.
Then all it was Instagram pictures. It was just bikini pics, which she already puts out all the time.
Wait.
None of her OnlyFans was nude. None of it.
But it wasn't new? None of it was new stuff?
No. Oh, I mean, I'm sure that it was new, but it was the same shit
I was
that
like,
she was putting on Instagram.
Like, if you just got, like, her Instagram feed, that would be the worst. You're like, oh, no. What if I just paid $200? Also, dude, guys, it's Bella Thorne. I get it. But, like, if you're that horny, just, like, Pornhub.com.
Also, there are nude pictures of her out there already.
Okay, we don't. No. We Robert, cut that part out. We don't condone looking up nude photos because they may not be willingly nude leaked photos or whatever. You know.
I think it's like paparazzi ones and stuff.
Okay, still.
Which I don't know
100% consenting to. So we're not those guys. We're not those guys. Not those guys. Just I think it's crazy that like dude, they're boobs.
I've got a theory on this though. Porn has been free for so long that I think we've like lapped around the like, why would you pay for porn because it's out there free, to the point where like, well, now I want porn that isn't easily accessible to everybody. I want different porn. I think that's where we are in society, to where like porn being free is so normal that you want something that's abnormal. I think that's where we are. That's the only theory I can come up with.
Like you've never paid for porn, have you?
Oh, I got drunk one night and I totally got OnlyFans. I paid it was like $5 for an already famous porn star for a month. And I was just like, I woke up the next morning, I was like, why did I do this? But like I said, it was $5, so like, fuck it.
I guess I mean I don't have the financial stability. I'm also like in a long-term relationship too, so that definitely limits my like
with
watching
Pornhub?
and tipping OnlyFans girls.
Oh no, like God, no! I would never be that active.
Who's dropping $300 tips just in a fucking only? Like, what are you doing? You got to. I mean, you probably were just making bank at that point, but like, yo, listen to Pass the Grady, PassTheGradyMerch.com. Like, go buy some stuff from our store. Also, if you're gonna spend $300, like, send her some of it.
DM us. We'll give you our Venmos.
Yeah,
I'll send you pictures of my feet. What's up?
Yeah, we'll do whatever. I'll bite my fingernails. So I'll show you that. That'll be my OnlyFans. If I just me biting my fingernails. What
if we did that? Like, it was just our fingernails and toes.
We could share it. We could split the revenue.
And like, just like weird, like our belly button. Like, hairybellybuttons.com.
How deep? And it's just called OnlyFans. Only like how deep? And it's just us trying to stick our fingers in our belly buttons. Oh yeah,
different things.
Real deep.
How deep will a Q-tip go into my belly button?
But like somebody's probably gonna pay for that. If you can think it, somebody's into it.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's a lot of people, it's up for debate, but it's probably somebody into it. Yeah, but Bella Thorne's broken. So really though, I feel like she just like made too much money, and they didn't have enough money to like pay her out. So like, we got to hang on to this so we can pay Bella Thorne because she just made so much for us. You guys hang tight. We'll pay you at the end of the month. Like that's probably what happened.
It's all. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you not pay her? The money's there. It was already paid. Or when they get the refund for it, she doesn't get that money. Like the money's already been sent in. The company has the money because it was not 7 days that it took. I'm thinking a bunch of it, yeah.
Oh, I feel like no, you paid for it, dude. I don't like. She didn't say you can see my ass and titties. Like she didn't say that.
Yeah, she said I'm gonna be fully nude.
Which she was. She was just kind of turned and like.
It was a lie. When you say fully nude, it means you're gonna see everything.
No, because I said I'm fully nude, and then you, like, and then I said
she knew what she was doing. It was obvious deception.
Right, but like, still, it was also like
I would honestly. Clickbait. What we should do is report it to the Better Business Bureau.
You should do that for me, Pat. You be on that. I want you on the case.
I'd like to report Bella Thorne because I was horny and she dicked me over.
And yep, I still am horny, and I'm in. It's a terrible combination because I'm horny and mad. And you don't want to deal with me.
I've got an anger boner, and this is unacceptable.
An anger boner. Yeah, you never want an anger boner. You never want an anger boner.
So yeah, rich assholes are back.
And OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And OnlyFans. And then I think Antonio Brown allegedly was getting head on OnlyFans too. So
yeah.
So OnlyFans, very big week.
I haven't seen the video yet, but I saw the breakdown of like why people think it was him. And it was famous porn star Tiana Trump, but it's like,
and the same place he works out also was like in the background.
Well, that's
what
like,
this is his workout video on his Instagram. This is his workout video on his Instagram. This is too. These are all the same things.
Yeah, and it's like his very green watch that is like a very specific piece.
Richard Milley.
And then at one point he like pans to the side, and it's a like giant mural of him in one of the games he played in while with Pittsburgh.
No, they're just a huge Pittsburgh fan.
Like, man, okay, so he can't get a job in the NFL, so Antonio Brown.
His driver's license is in it, and no, there's just somebody who's a huge fan.
His grandmother was standing in the corner going, "That's my Antonio."
Oh, she called him Tony.
Always getting dick sucked by porn stars.
I'm gonna hop in here and bring in my own little comeback kid that I'm just looking at right now.
Right.
So in the video version, you can see that Pat is wearing a Whataburger Corpus Christi hat. And I was going to buy myself one. And then I started looking through the Corpus Looks website. And they have this shirt and hat, Alex, I think you appreciate, where they're touting undefeated t-shirt because the minor league season was canceled.
Oh, nice.
So they have a shirt that says undefeated on it, and it has 0-0 on it, 0-0, undefeated.
That's pretty awesome.
So undefeated seasons, comeback kid.
Never lost,
Robert.
Yeah, being undefeated. And the Corpus Christi hooks. Yeah, watch the video version, or go look on our Instagram or Twitter, and you can see the hat Pat's wearing. It's pretty sick. Whataburger themed Corpus Christi hooks hat. You would never know it was a Corpus Christi hooks hat though, unless you told me.
Yeah.
And like if you didn't live in Texas or know what Whataburger was, you would just be, what is that?
It's just a dope looking hat.
The shape of Texas. Yeah, no, it looks cool. But that was a good one, Robert. That was a good one. And shout out Ryan Gonzalez. Ryan Gonzalez, longtime listener. That's the spark.
Yeah, he turned me on to this.
And I think Robert's going to get one. And yeah.
Not until December, though, apparently.
Made some sales. Ooh, this is a good one. The word jabroni. That's a comeback.
Yes.
Because it was officially added to the dictionary. Which does that make you not wonder, like, how did it take this long?
Yeah, like nobody said jabroni in 10 years.
Oh, I still say jabroni.
Yeah, like occasionally, but like
these jabronis over here.
Actually, I've probably said it at least once a month for the last couple of months, just because every so often it's funny to call someone a jabroni.
Yeah.
You fucking jabroni.
So that's pretty awesome that it's finally in the dictionary. And then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson told us that he was like he got it from the Iron Sheik. Like they used to call each other that in like the locker rooms, the dressing rooms and stuff. And the Iron Sheik would always say it. And then he just kind of took it and like made it famous. He had more like access. People had more access to The Rock than they ever did with Iron Sheik, I guess, like television did. So he kind of made it way bigger, and now it's in the dictionary. So that's awesome. And then also, like, you talked about anger boner. Like, maybe an excitement boner is what I got when just The Rock showed the pictures of him. Like, he got the helmets for the XFL. He was like, oh, they just showed up in my office. And then he showed like the $7 he had from the CFL that he uses to like keep him motivated. But I was like, I see that Roughnecks helmet. What's up? What's up, Roughnecks? Why wasn't he holding the Roughnecks helmet? I don't understand.
He doesn't want to show favorites, even though he knows.
He knows. I did notice that he put the Dallas Renegades one all the way in the back, or I guess as far away from him as possible, which was smart. You want to distance yourself from Dallas whenever possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lesson we teach here on Pass the Gravy. But yeah, we're Jabroni. That's a comeback kid this week. Another comeback kid is Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan is back. He went on a little tirade. He's a fairly clean, or he's a totally clean comic in his act. And I don't know if you guys know this, but he is not a fan of Donald Trump. And he kind of went on a little Twitter rant.
I didn't see this.
Oh no! Go while as we're speaking. Go and look it up. And he kind of went and just laid into Donald Trump and said what he really thought. And I am of the belief that you're allowed to air whatever beliefs or like whatever feelings you have. You know, like you can also deal with the repercussions. I don't think that he was wrong to do what he did. I don't think he said anything offensive. But then like it's classic left versus right Twitter, where it's like, everybody that was on the left was like, I didn't think I could like Jim Gaffigan any more than I do, but now I do. And everybody on the right being like, well, that's the last time I ever watch anything from Jim Gaffigan again. But they were like hating on him because like the right was trying to hate on him because he said fuck. It was like, and then there was a lady that said something to him and he was like, shut the fuck up, Karen. And that was pretty funny. But like, I don't know. I thought it was funny. He put a whole like blog or note out, like open letter out about like why he said what he said, and he doesn't really care if you like him now or not. And it's like, dude, he's allowed to have his opinions. And like that's the weirdest thing about like that's not just 2020 because it's been going on for a little while, but it's like you can't think any different than I think, or else like, well, that's because like you can do this thing, like I can punch somebody, but it's because their belief was this bad and all of this. And it's like, but you can't do like everybody's a hypocrite. Everybody's a fucking hypocrite. And if everybody just realized that and owned up to it, then I think we'd be in a lot better place. We'd be a lot better place. And I'm not taking sides. I'm saying I think Jim Gaffigan, I thought what he said was kind of funny. If we're being honest. And I think that like if like we gotta quit being like, I can't like a musician that doesn't have every belief that I have. Because believe it or not, most of them don't have every belief you have. Most of them don't. No matter what your beliefs are. Most people's beliefs are a little bit different than yours. Maybe not 100%, but a little bit different. Like, well, I'm never rooting for Jose Altuve again because he said this, and I think this. Just chill out, man. Like, you're wasting a lot of energy and time worrying about these things when you could just be like, I enjoy the sport of baseball, and I enjoy this other thing, and they don't have to coincide.
Yeah.
I think that people are having a little issue doing that now.
I've got an offshoot of that. This will just be real quick of the hypocrite thing. Nancy Pelosi went and got her hair done at a salon when basically they've all been shut down for months, and someone leaked the video. And she's like walking around the salon with no mask on, so she's getting shit on. And then she just she said she didn't know that she was doing anything wrong. Like, that's kind of your job to know the rules, but okay. But then she just came out, and now she's like going after the salon for setting her up. Like, you made the appointment.
But she had to have scheduled it?
Yeah. So I don't want to get deep into it, but yeah, just let's just bomb all politicians and start over fresh. She's
mad that she was leaked, but she did it. So it's like, I'm mad that I got caught.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's
yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, let's just bomb all politicians and move forward clean.
Our final comeback kid of the week is Crawfish, because you boys had 33 straight weeks now. 33 straight weeks. I ain't slowing down. I got three places that I know I can go to where I can get it for the remainder of it's not even the season. It's my season. It's Alex's crawfish season. It's not the world's crawfish. Alex season. But it's not the world's crawfish season. I am just going to keep going through this. I'm just doing it. I'm doing the full year, man. I am 100% committed. Is it going to cost a pretty penny to do this? Yes. Has it already cost a pretty penny? Yes. Am I sacrificing my future health? Probably. But like, guys, we all know, like, I wasn't meant for, like, I'm probably not making it to like 100. I'm not.
No, there. Not at all.
You guys, I'm here for a good time. All right. I'm here for a good time. Maybe not for a long time. Although I'd like to hang around as long as I can, but just, I'm a content guy. I'm a content guy. All right. And I'm gonna try and create content. If that content is eating crawfish for however long I can fucking eat crawfish, I'll do it. But it'll be a goddamn year. I guarantee you. 52 straight weeks I will eat crawfish, and you can take that one to the bank. Crawfish streak, 33 weeks, and like 20 weeks now doesn't even feel bad. Like I've already gotten I'm more than halfway through. Easily more than halfway through to that, and it's like, okay, fuck it. I'll just keep doing the same shit I've already been doing. Done. But yeah, crawfish, comeback kid. That was our final one, unless anybody has another added on one.
I did just think of another one that I think Robert will agree with. Snubs. So I think it was MLB.com put together their list of players of the month at each position. Guess who just so happened to be snubbed? Our boy, Kyle Tucker. Even though he hit like 500 for
Pat's
the
wearing
month.
a Kyle Tucker shirt if you're listening.
Yeah. It says KFT in it, and it looks like a bucket of chicken.
That's Kyle Fried Tucker.
Yep. He hit like 500 for the month, had like 3 triples, 3 or 4 bombs, 4 doubles, somehow not player of the month at his position.
Who was?
I can't remember his name. He plays for the White Sox, who had a damn good month too. But Tucker just tore it up. It was just any chance to shit on the Astros, they'll take now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Robert?
I hadn't seen that, no.
Yeah, just ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck you got to do to be player of the month at your position then if that's not enough.
I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up Garrett Cole, but thank you for not doing that. But he's going to be fine. He's fine. He had one bad outing.
One?
He had one.
He's given up more home runs and 4 fucking starts than he did like as an Astro.
Well, he's usually had the offensive support. So like we just went to a 2-game stretch.
Offensive support doesn't matter when you give up 4 home runs a game.
Yeah, but like it's like I don't care when it's 7-0 already. So it's like that was kind of what he was doing, and then like lately, like, God damn it! That was
all right. Another comeback kid bitching and complaining to cover up your own ineptitude. Because he tried to give like a whole response. Like, I don't know what the hitters are doing. I mean, something's got to be going on because it just seems like they know what's coming. And he was trying to say they're cheating. They're cheating somehow. I don't know what it is. Like, are you tipping pitches? He's like, I mean, like everybody.
Well, how would he know if?
Is it like
unless he was involved?
Maybe
in
you tip
cheating operation.
6. Maybe you tip 6 pitches a game. Maybe you tip 12 pitches a game. You don't know. I don't know what's going on. They're just hitting me too well. So something's happening. Like, well, stop leaving it over the plate, you fucking jabroni.
I don't know, but I want G-Man Choi to be steroid tested because I fucking hate that guy. He's the most random MLB player that I just hate because the fucking Yankees make him look like he's goddamn Lou Gehrig every time he fucking plays them. You're like, I don't even know who G-Man Choi is. It's
a great name. Respect it.
But it's like, goddamn it, stop fucking hitting home runs against us. Stop getting little blooper space fucking hits. Like he just kills you. He kills you. It's every fucking time. And as like I've watched like probably like all but like 4 Yankees games so far this season, like every time they play the fucking Rays, he just fucks them up, and I don't get it. It makes no sense. Something that I didn't really ever give a shit about. Like why
with that too,
G-Man Choi, whatever the fuck your name is.
I can't believe I almost forgot this. Another comeback kid, suspensions. Did you see what the suspensions handed down for that whole series are? Aroldis Chapman got 3 games for throwing 101 miles an hour at somebody's head, which is
That got away from him.
He was
not that one.
No. He was up and in for like 3 straight batters continually. Yeah, you can say that one got away, But when you're intentionally throwing up and in towards someone's head and one gets away and almost hits them, you don't get benefit of the doubt. You're intentionally throwing towards their face.
It was a close game. They're a fucking division rivalry.
Don't even try and defend this.
Dude, in that situation, it wouldn't have made sense to do it. And I promise you, like, I would have owned it. Like, I would have been fine if he was throwing it. And I would just like, yeah, he threw it. I was totally on it.
I'm not saying he was trying to hit him in the head. But when you're on continually throwing up and in to send a message and one gets away and you almost hit someone in the head that could kill them, you get suspended.
That one was really close. Like, it was like right by like his helmet right here.
So he got 3 games. Aaron Boone got 1 game. And Rays manager Kevin Cash got 1 game for what I thought was an awesome statement when he goes off going, listen, Tanaka hit us in the first inning. He threw at a guy, missed, and then hit him in the hip. And they're like, we thought it was done. Then Aroldis Chapman comes in doing the bullshit that he's doing. He goes, you know what? If you want to play this game, I've got a stable full of guys that throw 98. Just basically going, we'll fucking throw it your god. If you're going to try and injure our guys and potentially put their careers at risk, we can do the same fucking thing to you assholes.
Put him on base. Put him on base.
Oh, I would say,
Let's load him up with some base runners.
They should throw at Aaron Judge. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. He's injured again.
They should throw at Justin Verlander. Oh, wait, where's he? Shut the fuck up.
He's a pitcher.
Yeah, well, he's not playing either because he's hurt also.
He doesn't hit.
He's also fucking hurt.
But he hasn't been hurt 37 times in a 3-year career.
It doesn't matter.
He's hurt when you need him now. Too hard and my back hurts because
he's a very large person. He's a very large man.
I would beat that little bitch up.
And he was leading the league in home runs at the time of his injury, so fuck off. Also, we've got Luke Voit, who's
I wonder how he was doing that.
We have Luke Voit, who's like he's gonna take over for Aaron Judge.
Voigt's a monster, dude.
Fucking time. And DJ
I hate the Yankees.
No great guy.
I hate the Yankees. I've got nothing bad to say about Voit. That dude's just a baller. DJ LeMahieu can suck a whole bag of dicks.
DJ LeMahieu is a fucking beast.
He's a bitch.
He's a fucking beast.
I don't know why I hate him and don't hate Voit. It's just that's the way it is. That's the way my brain works. Fuck the Yankees.
Weird.
And fuck Garrett Cole. Hey, enjoy that contract for 10 years when he keeps having a 3.5 ERA.
CC's contract. It'll be like CC's contract. It worked out just fine for us. Also won a World Series his first year with us. Oh, Garrett Cole's been good for us. He's been good for us.
He's got a 3.5 ERA and has given up 37 home runs.
It's a rough patch. Rough patch right now. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. We'll see you guys in our World Series parade. Oh, wait, we won't because you won't be allowed to go.
Yeah, and we'll see Aroldis Chapman smiling again as he watches Jose Altuve take him deep.
He won't. All right, moving on. Let's get to our What Would Jesus Do segment, which is really where you just throw Jesus into today's times, give us a problem, because, you know, those bracelets never told us what Jesus would do. They just told us to ask the questions. So we're going to give you the answers to them. Send us a situation that Jesus would find himself in like 2020. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at MattPatDN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod. And this is our What Would Jesus Do segment. Here's the intro from our good friend, Jingle Blake Wonder.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a mountain time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our very good friend, Daniel San Miguel, at DanDemands_713. Daniel says, if Jesus had to play a villain in a movie, who would it be and why?
I think I've got it. If you ever seen the movie The Rock? With Sean Connery.
The Alcatraz movie? Yeah.
General Francis X. Hummel. This is who Jesus is going to be, and I'll break it down for you why.
Okay.
He takes a bunch of deadly chemical weapons and threatens the United States with it unless they are going to pay all of the families for all the special Black Ops soldiers that died under operations that were not officially recognized by the United States, didn't get United States burials from all this shit. Their families were not helped out. They were just, it's Black Ops, so it gets wiped off the books. Threatens to kill a bunch of people in San Francisco if these families are not taken care of. When it comes time to the deadline and they have not been paid, he goes, fuck it, it was a bluff. So he was a great man trying to do good things for people that deserved it, but was never actually going to hurt anyone. So as far as movie villains go, a guy that was just bluffing, I think that's a pretty good choice.
Okay, hear me out on this one, because, and Robert actually used this quote on a recent study suggests this week, but even though he is the hero, what about Batman? Because sometimes you gotta be the hero when you need it, but then you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. People hated Jesus. People were mad at Jesus. People wanted, like, they fucking put him up on a cross because he was being a false prophet or whatever the fuck it was. And like, he was the hero that healed all the lepers. He took care of people. He brought goodness and we did all that cool stuff. And then people turned on him like, no, this Jesus guy, I don't like he saw himself become the villain. He was Batman, who, although the hero, you could say was a villain by the end of things.
He was not the villain of the movie, though.
But in that fucking word, just let me use that quote, okay?
Nope, doesn't work, because Batman was not the movie villain. He's the good guy. He's Batman.
There can be multiple villains in a movie, dude.
Oh, I know. There usually are.
Batman.
In Batman movies, there's usually
Batman Forever with Mr. Freeze and Riddler and the Joker.
Oh, yeah. And you know who wasn't the bad guy? Batman.
The bad guy.
Well,
that was because there were 3 other guys.
All of the Batman movies, he's not the bad guy. So yours is
well, do the people
good
of
effort?
Gotham think that?
Good effort, but erroneous.
Robert,
what about you?
That, where he's really the good guy, like Jesus is really the good guy. But the people of Gotham, a.k.a. the people of Jerusalem, wherever he was.
I'm going to give you a C because the effort was put into the project, but because you did not accurately answer the question, I cannot give you an A or a B. So you get a C.
That passes. I don't care.
I could have failed you. So.
I'm a C student anyways. I'm good.
There you go.
I'm gonna go with Alex on this one.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Suck
so
it,
you
Pat.
guys see now, because you're copying somebody else's work, you get an F.
Nope, you can't change it now because it's a 2 versus 1 majority. Majority rules, you lose. We give you an F now because you're being a fucking dumbass.
I mean, I can handle an F. I get enough A's. What's up?
But that makes sense, Robert, right? Like, the people, like, even though Batman is really
he's not a movie villain,
for the greater good, the people
he's not a movie
Gotham
villain.
At one point view him as a villain.
I mean, maybe if he showed up in Joker and was the outside guy to the main character, yes, then he could be a movie villain.
But he's
Jesus
always really just
Batman.
What you need him to be. Like, he's what you like. If he's your inspiration, if he is something that's the little angel on your shoulder telling you what to do, whether or not it's somebody you look to for guidance, whether it's the person you want to.
In
put
your
the blame
scenario,
on
he would have to be the little devil on your shoulder.
No, I'm saying he's different for everyone, For the Commissioner Gordon, he was fucking cool because he was Batman. They knew that. But for the people of Gotham that thought that he fucking killed Harvey Dent,
you mean all the bad
game.
guys that he was beating up? Yeah, those people probably thought he was bad. But all the people that weren't idiots knew that Batman was good.
Like the people the media told certain things to that then believed that Batman did the things. And so, yeah. I would say Batman, but it doesn't matter because Robert.
Are you trying to use the media to back up your point?
I am, and Batman at least. Batman media. Specifically that media. Gotham City News. Or
Lois Lane would have saw right through that bullshit.
I mean, obviously, but Lois Lane's not in this equation, nor was she in the Bible. So I think we're good on that.
I mean,
he's Batman.
It's a free country. You're allowed to think what you think, but you guys are wrong. It is definitely General Hummel.
Pat's like, I'm going to give you a very specific thing that not everybody understands the reference to, but...
No, if you haven't seen The Rock, it's because you suck. No. It's a great movie.
Is it better than The Rock, like the wrestler? I would say no.
Yes.
I would say no. He's got a better resume.
The Rock is one of the fucking best movies I've ever seen. Sean Connery, fucking Nick Cage.
Let me stop you right at Nick Cage.
Dr. Cox is in that movie.
Dr. Cox. Yep, I know who
his
Dr.
real
Cox
name
is. Yeah, I don't know his name either.
Leo from The West Wing, he's in there.
Leo from Titanic, ever heard of him?
No.
No?
I've never seen that movie or get that reference. You're dumb.
Batman. Batman is the answer. Even though he's a hero, it's also the villain. But Jesus knows when to be the villain when he needs to be, and that's
Jesus
what he was.
Also preached turning the other cheek, and that's not something Batman
He was
does.
literally a martyr. He was literally a martyr when he needed to be a martyr, and that's what Jesus did. So yes, he's Batman. Moving on. And
Jesus
if you
would never
didn't
punch
see
someone.
and also Spin Zone, the Joker movie, Joker. Batman's kind of the bad guy in that because the Joker technically is the good guy in that one. So
Batman's not in that movie.
Well, his dad.
He's not even around.
And his dad wasn't a great guy. And Alfred was there too, who was basically his best friend. So he was a dick. So by association, Bruce was there.
So if the dad is a dick, the son is automatically a dick?
According to everything on Twitter, yes. Yes. So
Touché.
There we go. That was a good question from Daniel. That really made us think, and we're glad that you're participating as much as you have been as of late, Daniel. Let's move along to our not cool just yet, but we'll get into let's give you guys a quick Pass the Gravy Big Brother pool update. Brought to you, I guess, by Pass the Gravy Bro podcast. Pat and I, as well as Emma, will be doing the Wednesday show recap tonight. I guess if you're listening to this, I guess it was from last night, but it's still available right now when you're listening. But Pat is on it. My friend Chris, ex-co-host of Pass the Gravy, he's also on it. And Emma and I are on every single episode. We recap whatever just happened on Big Brother. We tell you the stuff they didn't show, that happened on the live feeds that we're watching. And we just discuss what we think is going to happen in the game. We do power rankings on Sunday. Pat got to do his first ever power rankings last Sunday. I thought you knocked it out of the park. Thought you knocked it out of the park better than most of Chris's power rankings ever. So well done. Chris usually has terrible power rankings, in my opinion. I agreed with Pat's. I think we all had the same, 6 or 7 people. I think we had the same 6 people, maybe.
Yeah.
Because, none of us didn't have
me and
Christmas
Emma had Christmas
Danny
where you
was
had
only,
Nicole.
Yeah. And it was just it was very similar, and that lets us kind of know how the house is lying. But Pass the Gravy Bro, you can listen to that free anywhere you're listening to Pass the Gravy right now. We did our Big Brother pool drawing before the season started. Last week, we had Janelle get sent home. That means Danielle Weston, you unfortunately have been removed or evicted from our Big Brother pool. Then we had our boy Enzo, Pat, who he hated, he loves now. Enzo won HOH, is in charge now. Brett Brandon is safe for the week, and he nominated Kaysar and Kevin for eviction, which I am represented by Kaysar, so I'm again on the block and in danger of going home. And then who had Kevin? Todd Voss had Kevin, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but it's very possible Todd Voss or myself will be going home. If you'd like to check out Pass the Gravy Bro, if you watch the show Big Brother on CBS every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, definitely check out Pass the Gravy Bro. We recap it, and it originally just started as something that Chris and I would talk about on the podcast that turned into a 30, 45-minute segment. We realized people that don't give a shit about Big Brother are probably going to tune out, so we just isolated it, made it its own thing, and it's about a 30, 45-minute podcast every single night after the show. Not every single night, 3 times a week. Definitely check it out. But it looks like right now myself or Todd Voss could be headed home, and we'll give you guys another update next week right here on the podcast. But you can also check out Pass the Gravy Bro. And if you don't watch Big Brother, just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Help us out. If you're already subscribed, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then subscribe again. Make sure you end up subscribed. Give it a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening, as well as give a recent study suggests a 5-star review. And he doesn't want you to roast him in the comments. Don't roast Robert in the comments. Say nice things about a recent study suggests. Roast Pass the Gravy podcast in the comments, though. Just go roast us. As long as you give us the 5 stars, you're good. Just roast us in the comments, and we'll read the funniest ones at the end of the year. Moving on, let's get to our Not Cool segment, brought to you by our very good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD, my favorite place to go to for CBD. I saw Uziel Lara got his Alamo Remedy delivered to him. He won our contest. We had Josh Tree, who won the gummies last week. But AlmoRemedy.com, get you the best CBD. They got gummies, lotion, tincture, and capsules. They also have the new hemp flower that's just $19.99. Looks like weed, kind of smells like weed, but it's not weed. You can smoke it, you can roll it up in a little joint if you want to, but it'll just mellow you out. You don't get the fogginess or the grogginess or like you got all your memory there. You're 100% good to go. You're not gonna have the awkward conversations when you go out in public. You'll be good. Pat right now is using the lotion cucumber melon. It smells like a yogurt. It smells like a yogurt. It smells phenomenal.
This is what heaven smells like, I'm sure.
It probably is. It probably is. And all of that stuff, everything but the hemp flower is just $17.99. It all contains 250 milligrams of CBD, which is 50% off of the national brands. They know you guys are going to love them because you love us, and they know if you guys love us, you'll love their products because great minds think alike. You know, they're basically like us. You guys get it. $19.99 for the hemp flower. You can go check all that stuff out at almoremedy.com. Use our promo code PTG at checkout. That's promo code PTG for 10% off of your order at almoremedy.com. Promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. Everything there is pretty much most of their products priced at $17.99. The most expensive product they have is priced at $19.99. Why wouldn't you want to try it out? I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed. At Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know if you guys get any Alamo Remedy products. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting us because these guys are awesome. I take one of the gummies every couple of nights. It really chills me out right before bed. It's awesome. And I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed with your Alamo Remedy. AlmoRemedy.com. Promo code PTG at checkout. That's AlmoRemedy.com. Use our promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. This, guys, is the Not Cool segment. And if you'd like to participate in it, all you got to do is hit us up on Twitter at @PassTheGrayPod. Use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. Tell us something that happened in the last week or so that's not cool. You know, like if you stub your toe, you're trying to like nail something with a hammer, you miss the nail, you hammer your thumb, you're like, oh no, that's not cool. And then also like, you know,
oh no,
like, that's not cool. No, that's not cool, man.
Not my thumb.
Yeah, and then if somebody punches you in the face, also a not cool. So just let us know what your not cool is. Hashtag PTG Not Cool to @PassTheGrayPod. This is the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Just started right out. I walked outside to go to work the other day, and I went to go turn on my car, and just nothing. Called my sister back. She had just left for work. I was like, hey, I need to jump. Tried for like 15 minutes. Actually, I think it was more like 20, 30 minutes. Ooh. And the best I could get on it was just that battery was completely fucking dead. So I had to Uber all the way into work, have her pick me up when I was done. I unhooked the battery, I bring it in, and which I assumed on the date or on the battery it said 9/17. I was like, I don't know what that is, but that looks like a date, like a manufacturer date. And batteries are supposed to last about 3 years. And I bring it in, and I walk in the door, and the girl's like, how can I help you? And I go, I'm pretty sure this is dead, but can you just check it for me? And I put it on the counter, and she just looks at it, and she goes, yeah, probably. That's the date. And I was like, oh. She checks and goes, yeah, it's got a 98% charge, but it is dead. So I was like, all right, just give me the new one. And then I had to take all the time to, put it all back together and shit. And as I did, there's this one little piece where if you're watching, see those two little bits right here that go together? One of them fell down into the engine block as I was retightening it. So
that's not good.
It hasn't been super tight. Like I tried to reach down and, when you're trying to reach for something and then you just push it farther down in and then it wedged itself like right into a spot where like you can't get at it. Like even if I remove the battery
This is making me think
again,
of your podcast this week, Robert, and it's creeping me out again. So just one more reason to listen to Robert's podcast after this.
Even if I took the battery out, my hand couldn't get in where it is to get it out. So I go back to the AutoZone or wherever the hell it was. I don't even know. And I was like, hey, do you guys just sell like something that's like long with a fucking magnet on the end of it so I can get this piece? I buy it. I go back out in the parking lot. I hit it. Magnet's not strong enough to pull this thing out of from where it is.
Oh, no.
So I go back in.
It's kind of a cool tool you have, though.
It is. And it was $2. So I was like, whatever. Oh, and also unnecessary spending because while I was in there buying that, I saw that they had a Bluetooth speaker that looks like a Corona can. So yeah, dropped $20 on that.
That's pretty cool too.
It's cool, but it's very
cool. It was a Southern Star can.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cool. Ooh, I'm sure I can paint it. I'm not talented enough to paint it.
I got a sticker. I'll give you a sticker. I think I have a blood belt sticker.
I'll put. Oh, that's what I need. That was my favorite beer. So I go back inside, and the guy even told me, he's like, I don't know if it'll work, and whatever. I go back inside, and I was like, yeah, it won't work. And he was like, oh, here's another terminal. You probably just replace that. So I buy it. I go home, and I'm looking at it later, and I was like, this Ford terminal is a little different than the one he sold me. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't really fit it or work. But I didn't feel like going back to return it. But so that was like another $5. That was nothing. So then I realized I went online and looked for it. And I bought this for after shipping and everything. It was $17, literally just to get this little piece right here. Because I couldn't find that online.
Which explain that to people that are listening. Because
it is. So it's on the side, like, the metal part that hooks up to the battery itself, and then you screw that in to keep it tight. Well, mine, it's got these two like little triangle wedges that go into each other that tighten it up to keep it held tightly. Well, one of those triangle wedges is what fell down into the battery. So now it can't screw in tight, and it's a little loose. Like, it's fine, but over time that's going to loosen up, and it's going to disconnect while I'm driving. So I couldn't find the little triangle wedge piece online, so I had to buy the whole fucking terminal again. Which, like, whatever. I'm not going to replace the whole thing, but maybe I'll replace some of the bolts just so they're newer.
Right.
I bought the whole $17 thing just to get that one little 2-gram fucking piece.
At least it wasn't like $50,
No.
It could have been way worse.
Yeah, no, if that was the case, then I would have went to Walmart and just found a fucking giant bolt that would do the job. So that happened. Then on Thursday, I come home from work and I sit down and just start playing some video games with my buddies. Around like 8:15, I get a call from Alex on Zoom. He's like, "You ready to do this?" And I was like, "Oh man, I forgot Pass the Gravy was tonight."
Pass the Gravy, bro.
Pass the Gravy, bro. Yeah, and I
didn't watch any Big Brother or anything.
Completely forgot. I got home at like just after 5. Started playing video games. For like 3.5 hours, just completely zoned the fuck out. So I fucked that one. And then, was it yesterday that I texted you about Tony Hawk, or was it the day before?
Yesterday.
So Tony Hawk cucked me.
Because I had added him as our comeback kid already. And then you're like, dude, fucking Tony Hawk. And I was like, did you watch the Milk?
Yeah. So it cucked me. I was playing video games, and then out of nowhere, it gives me a notification that Tony Hawk is ready to download. And I was like, well, this isn't coming out till the 4th. But maybe because I pre-ordered it, I get it on the 1st. So I download the game. Comes time to where it says it's ready enough to play, and I click on it, and it goes, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. The game's not ready yet. And I'm like, why the fuck would you let me download it 3 days early if I can't play it?
So you can play it like 2 minutes faster.
Oh, no, it's a couple hours. My games take forever to download. The internet is shit in my house. But still, I got all excited. I texted you. I texted a couple coworkers. I texted my group chat. And nope. Then I had to text everyone back. I'm like, well, Tony cucked me.
He sold us a bill of goods. That's what he did. There's a bill of goddamn goods.
Yeah. So I guess there's worse people to be cucked by than Tony Hawk, but it still didn't feel good.
That's true.
That's all I got.
Worse people to be cucked by than Tony Hawk.
All right.
I'll go. You want to go?
Let me go. So mine is Folklore, the album by Taylor Swift.
Whoa.
Because
don't piss off the Swifties.
You hating on the swizzle?
Because I had heard from so many like different people that I follow, so people with different tastes and stuff, that Folklore is like the best album of all time. And like I mentioned to Sam, like, I keep hearing that this album is really good. She's like, you know what? I heard that too. Like, oh, okay. Like Taylor Swift's not normally my kind of music, but people say this album's so good, so let's give it a shot. So over the weekend, we started listening to it, and like the first song is kind of slow. So I'm like, okay, slow song. Go to the next song. Also, like really slow. The song after that, same thing basically. I'm like, this album, at least like the first 3-4 songs that we heard are just like teenage angst songs that like
every Taylor Swift song, dude.
Right. And I didn't know that because I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, but people just kept saying that this album is really good. So I'm like, let's give it a shot. I'm like, this album is not good at all. At least I don't think it's good. So people keep saying that it's so good. And like, I feel like I just wasted 20 minutes or however long like I was listening for.
I saw a tweet yesterday that it was like, it was something along the lines of saying like Taylor started out her new album with the opening line of "I'm on some new shit," and then proceeded to release 17 of the saddest songs she's ever written. God damn it, Taylor! Nothing has changed.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm like, maybe if I was like a teenager, like going through a breakup or something, like this music would like resonate with me. But like this doesn't resonate with me at all. It's too slow, like too sad. Like I just don't care about it. Not my kind of music.
Dude,
which actually probably means that I'll be more into this than most of her shit over the last 5 years.
That is one of those things though where you realize like there's just groups of people online that like I one time tweeted out it was the day that the rodeo got canceled.
Oh yeah, K-pop.
That seems like it was 9 years ago.
It does. But I remember it was a Wednesday because we were recording a podcast and like I saw that like I think it was BTS, the K-pop band had played the rodeo the last night that it was open and the night before it closed. And I was like, did K-pop kill the rodeo? I was like, haha, it's fun. It's a funny joke. I know people are like, we don't get K-pop. This will be funny. And then like, I like opened my phone up after we finished the podcast. I was walking the dog and I had like 90 notifications and I was like, oh shit, that tweet probably blew up, dude. Nice. And then it was just everybody like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you racist, you hate Asians? And I was like, I didn't say anything about that. I didn't say what happened? I didn't say anything.
This would be better if it came from me.
Oh, I was making a joke. It was totally a joke. And I freaked out and I like deleted the tweet and was like, I don't want people, what is happening? Like, have they already gone to my boss? Like, I don't know, but it's just like you don't piss off K-pop stands. Then but you would think like looking at their tweets that like everything that they do is like you would have thought BTS cured fucking cancer, dude. Like with like the T-Swifties and the Beyonce's Bayhive, it's like, oh my God, Lemonade came out last night and OMG, just yes. And then like you're like, I didn't think Lemonade was that good. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to say that Beyonce is not good? What the fuck is your problem? You don't like Taylor Swift? Well, you don't understand. You don't understand, dude. Like,
yes, that's exactly right. I don't understand. That's why I don't like it.
You don't have to like the same things. I didn't say she sucked. It's just I don't get it. It's not for me.
But like that being said,
Radiohead,
BTS did destroy the rodeo.
You can tell me why Radiohead is good and explain it to me and show me graphs and stuff. And I can listen to it with you and be like, I don't get it, dude. This is weird. It just sounds like static. It's like static that somebody tried to play music with. It's not my thing. It's not my thing.
See, that's actually perfect for me.
Same thing. It's just,
because
I don't care. I get that Tool's a big deal. I don't care.
I could show Robert, this dude that I listen to, Jason Isbell, who I think is the greatest songwriter on the planet today. And Robert would react exactly like he did to Taylor. It's just like, every song is so sad. Like, all this is heartbreak. And I'm like, yeah, it's great, right? No! Why would you want to be sad all the time? I don't know, because I like it.
I love the Avett Brothers, and the Avett Brothers have songs like that all the time. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this right now.
It's like 90% of this guy's songs, though. Like, he's got some that are, like, upbeat and fun, but, like, a lot of them
are just like,
good
day?
Like, God damn it, are you just trying to make me cry? Like, you got sober, and all of your songs got really sad. But they're still great. It's great songwriting.
For me, it was, like, enough of different groups, like, it wasn't just, like, one person saying it. Like, I kept seeing, like, different people I follow. Everyone was like, this album's really good. I'm like, okay, I got to check it out. Nah, I shouldn't have. I wasted my time.
Let's pick like an album on Friday that comes out. Like we'll just I'll look on iTunes Friday morning and I'll text you guys and we'll just fucking like Gravy Gang. You guys got to know when we're selling this album and it's going to be like, I'll be like, have you guys heard of this? And if we say like, all of us have to say no. And then we're just like, OMG, this is the greatest thing I have ever heard. We'll fucking stan it on Friday. And then Gravy Gang, when you see us start doing that, just hop on and be like, holy shit, I never thought that they could go to this level. This is insane. And then just like keep piling on and people be like, what is this? They'll check it out and be like, who? And
then for all of our country fans out there, I'll give you guys some actual good ones that just came out.
But like, I'm totally down to play that up. Like, let's just be. Why can't we have Pass the Gravy stands and just shit talk anybody that doesn't like Pass the Gravy? Gravy Gang, do that.
Because people, when they don't like us,
Actually,
they just
they probably
stop
would.
listening. They're not very vocal.
I mean, I don't think they want to go out. Nobody wants to go at the Gravy Gang. As,
I'm
boy
with
Fernando
you guys.
Ramon says they're a lawless bunch.
If you want to start a fucking feud with K-pop,
no.
What are they gonna do,
dude? They're
all 13 years old and they fucking just
they have nothing
listen
but
to music
time,
that they don't even know the language.
All they have,
and I've got patience and no shame. Like, I'm fine.
They're mean. They were making fun of my beard.
13.
They were saying I was ugly. I was like, whoa, I didn't say, whoa, why are we bringing looks into this? I don't even know it. I couldn't name one person in BTS. I just was making a joke. I would have said that about anybody. I would have been like, did country kill
That's your problem. You care
Hilarious.
what 13-year-olds say about you, which is a little creepy, to be honest with you, buddy.
I didn't know they were 13-year-olds. I just know that my inbox and my messages just blew up. I was like, what the fuck?
Anyone who's that big of a boy group is 13 years old. I don't care how old you actually are. You're 13 years old. By the way, how many BTS, do they sing in English or do they sing in Korean?
I don't know.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, how many of them, if they're singing in Korean, are these people all standing music that they don't understand?
I've stayed away from K-pop. I've stayed away from K-pop since that day.
Like, I mean,
not that I was ever into K-pop, but I've stayed very far away ever since then.
Music that
I don't want to make them mad.
Even though you don't speak the language, music can be great. Like Despacito, no idea what that song said. It was a fucking banger.
Well, it had English in it. It's like Shakira. Shakira bangs.
Well,
some of the words.
Some of it has, but like
the parts that loca. Throw a couple Spanish words in there. Awesome.
Yeah, no. When you throw a couple of the other words, when the whole song is something you can't understand. And then, what was it? That Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift song. Danza. Oh no, it was the one in Brazil. Danza Carudo.
Didn't watch it.
Great fucking song. Great fucking song. Goes hard as shit.
Like
I don't know where I was going with this.
All right, moving on. I'll go with my
fuck BTS and fuck all their fans. That's what I said. Cut that, Robert.
Robert's gonna say Taylor Swift.
Clip that, I meant.
Cool. So, I hope the T Swifties don't come after you.
I'm gonna try and get them to come after me, not the Swifties, the BTS fans.
Dude, no. Okay, just literally just be like, K-pop is trash, and anybody that listens to it is too. Like, you don't even have to hashtag anything. Just say K-pop is trash. Anybody, like, I guarantee you're fucking, this RIP your mentions, dude. Like, they're fast. They just search the word K-pop and then they attack anybody that disagrees. It was like a beehive, man. It was like a beehive.
Yeah, I'm saying K-pop is trash, and so are the people that listen to it, especially BTS. Not even gonna hashtag it. Let's just see what happens.
No, don't, because you don't have to. You don't have to. You put
you probably didn't have to because you've got enough followers to where shit gets out farther.
None of them followed me, dude. They just found the word. Like, I've got my friend, our buddy Andrew Packard. He has Packard's Pub that we've done some stuff at. We got in like a Twitter fight with this random Lakers fan. Like, I was just fucking around. He had said something about the Lakers. He's like, we're gonna beat the Lakers. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna lose the bitch ass Bronny. I was like, a joke. The Rockets would probably lose to the Lakers if they were able to face the Lakers in the next round. But then this guy came at us just like hardcore, like, Lakers fan, just talking shit, didn't follow either one of us. So he clearly just searched Lakers and was trying to talk shit. And what he didn't prepare is that I just have memes that are ready to respond to any situation you give me and just troll you. Packard was bringing facts. I was bringing mean memes and saying, like, when he'd be like, well, tell me a time Harden did so-and-so. I'd be like, look it up, nerd. Like, I was just being a dick, and Packard's like, well, Harden's this for this and this. Like, he's bringing up the stats, and I was like, that guy's head was just spinning. He had no idea what to do. He was
fighting a war on two fronts, and he didn't know what to do on either one.
And you're about to be fighting a war on, like, 4,000 fronts.
I hope so.
But good luck to you.
I'm just staring at my phone while talking to you, hoping I see just the notifications start rolling in, and they're not going to, because no matter what I tweet, no one cares.
Godspeed. All right, my not cool is flossing. Flossing is my not cool, you know? From a very early age, when you go to the dentist, I believe they are always like, hey, when was the last time you flossed? And a lot of times, most people I feel like are like, last time I was here. I was several years ago, just was like, you know what? I'm not going to get any more cavities. I'm going to start flossing all the time. Became a big floss guy. I floss several times a day. Very proud of it. And I've gotten to the point to where, like, when I don't floss, I know where there's things in my teeth. I'm like, I got to get in there. Like, if I'm at like a restaurant and we go out and we do other stuff, like I just wish I had some floss right now, so I could just I got a fucking right here in my tooth. I just need it out, and I don't know. I've been good about that. So I was flossing the other night. I had I guess it was last year. It was football season because I went to a Texans game on a Thursday night, and I was eating popcorn, and I bit down on some popcorn, and I guess I bit the kernel, and it popped out one of like my fillings that I had in my mouth, which sucked. And then I had to wait to get into the dentist. Now it's during a fucking pandemic, so it's a little bit harder. I did that Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Like it was middle of the fucking night. I was kind of drunk. I was flossing, and then my fucking filling popped out. I was like, God damn it! Now I gotta do, like, so then you have to only eat on one side of your mouth until you can get in. It was like that Sunday I couldn't get into the dentist. I couldn't get in on Monday. I was able to get in yesterday, which I'll give you a life hack here in a little bit. But I had to go in and like going to the dentist. I hate going to the dentist. My dentist was fucking cool as shit. I actually, since I had the same filling that popped out put in last year, I had a warranty on it, and all I had to do was make sure I took my regularly scheduled dentist appointments, which I didn't do. And she was like, you know what? If you'll come in the next month, I will fucking waive that, and I'll just give it to you. Like, just let me live with the warranty. So like fucking awesome. Shout out to Briar Grove Smiles. She was a fucking badass. And I cannot remember my dentist's name right now. That's the only reason I'm not naming her by name. But that was that. Just going to the dentist, I'm never cool with, and the fact that she like made it better, like that I didn't have to pay out the ass. Which, you know, whenever you go to the dentist, you're just assuming you're going to pay $1,000, and that's what I was like. God damn it! All right, there's $1,000, just gone. But it didn't happen. But just having like when you have that. Like an issue with your tooth, I didn't want to consider it an emergency. I called on Monday, and she's like, well, is it an emergency? We can get you in faster. I was like, I mean, I can only chew on one side, really, because I'm worried about, like, fucking up my tooth more. She's like, we can classify that as an emergency. And then this is the life hack. I was like, what is, like, I couldn't get in the morning because of work. And then she's like, well, our last available appointment is at 6. I was like, I'll take that one. And then 3 times yesterday, they called me asking me, like, well, we just had a cancellation. Would you be able to come in at 11? I was like, I can't get out of work. I wish. And then they were like, we actually had another cancellation. Could you come in at 12:30? And I was like, I'm not 100% sure I can get out of work by then. And then I was like, please call me, though, if you get another one, because I'm down to come earlier. Because I was like, I'm not looking forward to a 6 p.m. dentist appointment. Maybe you're numb. Yeah. It was Taco Tuesday at our house. I was stoked for tacos. I was like, I might miss that. But then like, okay, we'll get you in at 3. Rescheduled me again on the 3rd call. Fucking got in, got out. It was awesome. And just a little life hack. Try and schedule the last possible dentist appointment, and they may call you if there's any openings, and you can slide into one of those primo spots. But just having to like chew on one side of your mouth, worrying about like, am I gonna fuck up my tooth if I do this again? And then also like, whenever you mess up your tooth or anything like that, like my tongue just kept feeling where like the tooth used to be. So now I have that little sore on my tongue from just saying, there's a tooth right here. There's not a tooth, but I'm going to feel it. There's no tooth here. I'm just going to do this nonstop for the next 48 hours. And now I just have a fucking red spot on my tongue because it's been irritated because that's all I've been doing. So, yeah, all that's not cool.
Wow.
It's a lot. It was really just tooth stuff, but I don't know. It seemed
tooth stuff is very uncool, though.
It was a not cool. It was a really bad not cool, and then I went to the dentist yesterday, and they made it such like I just expect the dentist is going to be the worst experience ever whenever I go. So the fact that they were like, actually, you're good. You're covered under this warranty. You just have to come back in a month. And I was like, okay. I was coming for a fucking cleaning. I'm down for that. My insurance pays for cleanings. Fucking gold. I'm fucking gold, guy.
You're getting gold teeth?
I wish. What about I just rip them out, replace them with gold teeth? That's what I want to do. Go.
I want to look like a pirate.
Yeah, yar. Give me a grill. Give me a grill. I guess that's all our not cools.
Yeah.
Let's move along to our final segment of the week, the answers segment, brought to you by our good friends at Little M Air Fresheners, littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, the best air fresheners in the entire world. A lot of you guys, I feel like, are still driving around with those baby back bitch trees. What do we know about those trees, Pat? They're terrible for the environment.
They kill, 10 trees for every one?
At least 10 trees, if not more. They're chopping down 10 trees. You wouldn't think that one little baby mini tree is gonna do that. But like, they have to chop down multiple full-sized. Like, we're talking redwoods, California redwoods. They're killing the redwoods. Let's save the redwoods, guys.
No, not redwoods. They're pines.
No, the redwoods.
It's the pine scent, but you got to kill multiple pines to
they're
pack
killing
the pine scent.
redwoods, and then they're killing the pines too to get the scent. Is what they're doing probably. So really, they're killing. This is just horrific for trees, honestly. But what Little M Shop does is Little M air fresheners. Every time you buy an air freshener, they throw out some bird seed, and by bird, they throw out bird seed. I mean, I bought bird seed and I throw it, and it's bound to start like a weed or something that grows. Like, I don't know. And then like that's like planting a tree. So basically, every time
you're like a lazy Johnny Appleseed.
100%. That's what I want on my tombstone. Please put like a lazy Johnny Appleseed.
Just put that in your Twitter bio.
I'm the lazy Johnny. No, I want to update it to that I'm an MLS free agent.
Well, no, you have to actually be in the MLS to be an MLS free agent.
I am, basically. I mean, I was playing soccer this weekend, and I'm pretty sure the Dynamo were scouting me just disguised as joggers. Very smart move by the Dynamo to disguise all their scouts as joggers. Have them running around the field I'm practicing on.
Joggers.
Being like, we don't want him to get nervous and realize that we're on to him, but we're gonna scout him out. So I'm an MLS free agent, and we think we're all MLS free agents if you think about it.
I mean,
really
technically.
But Little M air fresheners, though, they are great for the environment. They're awesome. They don't kill thousands of trees like the stupid little baby back bitch trees are, and they smell phenomenal. They smell phenomenal. Like I've been telling you guys, fellas, take your girl's car, get it washed, order a Little M air freshener before that, throw the Little M air freshener in there before that. She'll be like, my car is shiny, and oh my goodness, it smells phenomenal. I promise you, you're getting a little something that night, I bet, fellas. Little M air fresheners is the best air fresheners in the entire world. Check them out, littlemshop.com. That's littlemshop.com. Give them a follow on Twitter at littlemtweets and on Instagram at littlemshop. Let them know you guys support the people that are supporting us by tagging them. If you get a Little M air freshener, let them know. Take a picture of your stuff and share with all of them at Little M Tweets and at Little M Shop. That's littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. The best air fresheners in the entire world and the official sponsor of our Answers segment that begins right now.
Well, if you just answer the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. It's like, what's the question?
Any questions?
All right, gang. If you would like to send us an answers question, hit us up. Hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Grade Pod and are on Twitter. And then answers at Pass the Grade Pod if you want to email them to us. If you don't have a Twitter, but we check Twitter first. Hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Grade Pod on Twitter. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pet Dion. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. I think I had a mic issue I was going with, so hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better now. I apologize for that earlier, but there's no such thing as a stupid question. Just send us your questions.
The stupid people.
If it's a drunk thought, a high thought, something you think of while you're in the shower, something weird you don't feel comfortable asking, just ask us. We'll get to the bottom of it. It's no big deal. There's no judgment here. But here we go. Again, hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Grade Pod on Twitter. Our first question comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
At OMG, it's Skylar. And Skylar says, if you have a tattoo sleeve on your leg, do you call it a sleeve or a pant?
I think it's still a sleeve.
Like, are they called long sleeve pants? No, because sleeves are only shirts. You have it like like a leg sleeve. Like I remember Odell Beckham got a leg sleeve.
That's what it is. You just say it's a leg sleeve, but it's still
really,
a sleeve.
Is
it's
it
not
a pant? It's kind of a pant.
No, because then did you see the pant that he got? And people would be like, his pants?
Yeah.
It'd be too confusing. If you say leg sleeve, people know you're either talking about a tattoo or one of those athletic.
The AI, Allen Iverson sleeves he wears.
Well, I meant like, yeah. but for the leg.
Right. So yeah, I would say
it's a leg sleeve.
It's a sleeve. Just
It's
call
a
it
leg
a sleeve.
sleeve.
Our next question comes from Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter, and Brandon says, "If you get Flex Seal in your eyes, can you see underwater?"
I wish more than anything that was true.
I don't think you can.
Pretty sure you just go blind.
Wait, isn't Flex Seal like the tape, the black tape, right?
They might sell a clear-ish one, but it's still gonna be hard to see through. I feel like at best it would be opaque.
I was gonna say, I don't think
blind
you see underwater. I think that like Flex Seal stops like a leak. So like
like it would stop chlorine from hitting your eye, but you'd also be blind.
Right. Yeah. Right, Robert?
Yeah, I think so. And can't you already see underwater?
You can already.
You can, but you have to you gotta blink, and chlorine gets in there and it weakens your eyes. I think he means like straight up like a fish, to where you could just stay under their eyes open, chlorine and everything, and you'd be fine. I think that's what he meant. No, it's gonna destroy your vision.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would not recommend that. You'd be in the eye injury survivors club if you survived it
and you might not survive it.
You may not.
Probably go blind.
You never know. That is a pretty great meme,
in
though.
Your eyes.
That's a great meme. Every single time I see it, and it's just like, oh, problem, something shitty, Flex Seal, and then it's one of the easiest memes to recreate and make. And every time I see a Flex Seal meme, I'm laughing, and it's great. So, yeah, no, you would not be able to see underwater, just because you could probably see underwater without the Flex Seal, honestly, Brandon. Our next answer this question. Okay, he has two questions for us, but the first one, it's Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ. What's up, dog? He says, if you were given a time machine, would you go back to tell Dale Earnhardt Sr. not to race in Daytona in 2001? Or would you tell Steve Irwin not to go swimming with stingrays in 2006? You can only choose one. I'll get to the second question after we answer the first one.
This one was very hard for me.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I figured you guys would too. And this one was very hard for me. Because I love them both, man. Like Dale Sr. was a fucking icon. Like, I want to say I'd probably still go Steve Irwin, just because Dale Earnhardt Sr. would be like, fuck you, I'm racing. Just tell me what I need to look out for. Like, dude,
they both
literally
died doing what they loved?
Literally final fucking turn, Dale. Just be careful in the final turn. Like, you're going to be winning. Just don't die. And Steve, even if you told him don't go swim with those stingrays, he still would too.
Oh, my damn it, mate.
He still would, but I'd be
exactly
like, dude,
what he sounded like.
Put on a chest plate.
Bulletproof vest.
Like, some chainmail on your chest is what you need. So I think Dale would still race 100% and Steve would still swim. But Steve might be able to add extra precaution into it, where Dale, his extra precaution would just be knowing right where to not wipe out. And at that speed, it's hard not to do. So I think the one that is more fruitful and would be better off would be telling Steve.
Yeah. I would
Plus, man, imagine if we still had the Crocodile Hunter today. Like him still doing crazy shit.
Right, because I was going to say, like, did one of their legacies, like, improve because of their death? Like,
no,
I
mean,
think they both would have been legends
anyway.
no matter what. Yeah. Because, like, to me, it's like, I always think, like, if you died, like, are you, like, more famous because you died, or are you more famous for what you did already? And it's like both of them was, like Dale Earnhardt Sr. was, like, one of the greatest racers of all time, I believe. And then everybody fucking loves Steve Irwin. He would have had his own reality show now. He would have still been, like, the darling of our eyes, right? His daughter's getting married, all that shit. Like, he still would have been just as cool.
And I've been seeing questions online lately too of like, if you could pick anybody be the first contact with aliens, who would it be? And if it didn't have to be somebody that was still alive, like people always thought Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks or Keanu Reeves, they're the most universally liked people. Everyone loves them. But like, man, Steve Irwin, if he was still alive. No. Steve Irwin, if you could have him Steve Irwin being first contact with an alien race, that's perfect. He's already best friends with all of humans and all of the animal kingdom.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah, no, I would go Steve Irwin. That's a solid choice.
You know what?
Solid choice. Or Joe Exotic.
If we can't choose him, then I'm gonna go Steve Irwin Jr. That's not son. But did you see fucking Carol Baskin's gonna be a goddamn?
Yeah, we don't give her. We just not give her the time of day. Fuck Carol Baskin. We're an anti-Carol Baskin podcast.
Fuck Dancing with the Stars now. I'm done with them.
You're right. I will never watch the show that I didn't watch in the first place.
I've watched a few, but I will not anymore.
This is our boycott.
Boycott
the official
with your wallet,
boycott.
people.
Right. I'm never buying a Dancing with the Stars shirt ever. Done. I won't take any dancing lessons ever again.
All right,
Done.
so we all agree Steve Irwin. Get on to the next question from Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ.
Steve Irwin is fucking cool, though, man.
He is.
Cool.
But it's saying neither one of them would listen, though. If you told them, dude, don't do this, you're going to die. Both of them would just be like, well, tell me how, and I'll do something to prevent it.
That's true.
Because they both loved what they did.
I mean, I would have said, like, you're talking about people that we would want to speak to the aliens, make first contact, and I was like, Lil Nas X. Just one more thing I saw in a tweet that, let me repeat this to you guys. The world hasn't really been the same ever. Like, it's never been cool since, like, Old Town Road was the last time things were cool. That was the last time things were good. Was Old Town Road the glue holding us all together, and now it's gone?
Here's what I think the problem was.
He's just got to drop a new album.
No, he dropped Old Town Road and everything was going good, and then he collaborated with Billy Ray Cyrus. And that's when society started to go downhill.
Why? Because a white man and a black man came together and tried to... Like,
no, because Billy Ray Cyrus is a gigantic piece of shit.
Racial boundaries? Is he?
No. Oh, I mean, his music sucks. He had Achy Breaky Heart, and then he's... Dude, he Hold on, you want to hear
the longest #1 charting like single in U.S. history?
No. He rode the back of a hardworking black man and was able to jump on that song.
He collabed with him.
Yeah, anybody could have done that. You want to hear the worst song of all time? Look up "Achy Breaky Heart 2."
Achy Breaky Fart.
He released a sequel to it, and it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's like electronic and pop, but still trying to be country and rock.
He was working on Old Town Road then. This was before that. It's the worst song of all time. Fuck Billy Ray Cyrus. We don't say that about Billy Ray. We don't say
that.
I
do.
Number one charting song of all time.
He didn't deserve to be on Old Town Road. It was a great song.
I thought he added to it. I thought he added to it.
Should have been Tim McGraw.
He made it longer. He made it better.
Or Kenny Chesney. George Strait would not have done it, but those other two would have.
Florida Georgia Line should have been that.
Nope.
I know you love those guys.
Nope.
I know you love those guys. Luke Bryan.
Should have
been
Luke
Bryan.
And I hate Florida Georgia Road.
It should have been Brantley Gilbert. That's who it should have been. Is he a big deal?
I wish a pox upon you.
That seems makes sense. Moving on. Our other question from Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ is, he says, also, if they start selling pumpkin spice lattes on September 1st, how soon can David S. Pumpkins come out?
I don't even understand the question. There's never a bad time for David S. Pumpkins.
That didn't pay attention or never pay attention during the Answers intro. Any questions? Is David S. Pumpkins. And if you don't know what David S. Pumpkins is, you're obviously either new to Pass the Gravy or you haven't been paying attention at all, which we appreciate you listening, but just like figure it out, guys. David S. Pumpkins is probably my favorite SNL sketch maybe ever, even though it's just Halloween based. It's so fucking funny. It's so stupid. It's Tom Hanks on SNL in a pumpkin man suit, and it's a bit. It's a fucking funny bit. Go look it up, and then you'll be like, you're right. There's never a bad time for David S. Pumpkins. David S. Pumpkins is fine in March. David S. Pumpkins is cool in February. David S. Pumpkins is cool any goddamn time of the year.
Could you imagine bringing back on in March and doing like a St. Patty's Day version of David S. Pumpkins where the two skeletons instead they're dressed as leprechauns?
Oh, I'm David S. Pumpkins, eh?
No, like same suit and everything. They just dye it green and the skeletons are dressed as like leprechauns.
I mean, yeah.
But that's what I love about the skit is that it's not the funniest skit they've ever done. It's not just pure comedy. It's funny as shit. but it's also the fact that it's so fucking stupid. But they embrace the stupidity of it, and that like helps make it even funnier.
I'm my own
it's
thing.
Such a perfect skit. It's such
and what
a
about the
perfect
B-boy
skit.
skeletons? We're part of it.
David
S. Pumpkins is fair game all year. Confirmed.
Oh God, it's so good. Yeah, all year round. There's never a bad time for David S. Pumpkins.
One of you guys tonight remember to.
Any questions? No, because it's always perfect.
Or Pat, after we finish the podcast, make sure you post the link to David S. Pumpkins on YouTube and just be like, as talked about on the podcast, it's pumpkin season. All right? That's your job after this podcast while I edit it before Big Brother. Our next question.
I'm going to forget.
Don't forget. Write it down right now. Ronel Gallardo, at Ronel Gallardo on Twitter, says, hunters that are sexually active, sexual predators?
Ooh.
Are hunters that are sexually active sexual predators? I would say no. Sexual predators would mean that you are predating or you're hunting for sex. I think hunters that have had sex are non-virgin hunters.
No. You're still a sexual predator. You're a predator that just enjoys your sexuality. That is what it is.
But there's
now the term
not
sexual predators. Hold on. The term sexual predators does have a negative connotation to it. Grammatically speaking, it is correct. It is still correct. Maybe you could come up with a better term for it, but they are sexual predators, just not in the negative connotation that is known with
They're predators that have had sex. They're not hunting for sex. I think sexual predators are like you're hunting to have sex with someone that either doesn't want to do it or is
You're only thinking of the negative connotation.
I don't think they would also want to be called sexual predators.
They wouldn't want to be called that because of the negative connotation. I'm just saying.
I do agree with Robert.
They
are what they go at.
By dictionary definition and
they're
grammatical
non-virgin hunters, is what they would be.
I'm just saying.
Right?
Grammatically speaking, it works. Now, you wouldn't want to be called that because the term is already co-opted into a sick group of fucks that should be killed. But technically speaking, yes, they are sexual predators. We just need to find a better term for them.
Well,
you can't disagree. It is.
They are not sexual. Like if you were having sex and hunting, that's a sexual. Like having sex while hunting, sexual predator. Yes, that plays. If you were like,
hold on, why is it better to call them a sexual predator?
Because you're actually having sex. And if like you could only hunt, like say like you like, what if there was some group of people that could only hunt while they were fucking? And it's like, unless you got your wife in the stand and you're balls deep in her with your rifle on her back because she's bent over and you're like, hell yeah, buddy, I see me an 8-point buck right here, bam, got it. Like that's a sexual predator right there because you're having sex, you're being sexual while you're hunting. Just the fact that you've had sex or that you have had, the fact that you've had sex and then you're hunting, that doesn't make you a sexual predator in this instance. And again, sexual predators, we're an anti-sexual predator podcast, by the way. We're an anti-sexual predator podcast. So, no.
I've got an offshoot question now.
Sexual predators.
Did we just birth a Olympic sport or an X Games sport? Where you have to be fucking while hunting?
Maybe a triple X Games sport.
You're just banging in a deer stand.
X Games sport.
And you have to pull the trigger while still humping. So, like, you can't, like, get completely still and take your breath. You got to get that kill shot while in motion. I think you're right. XXX game sport.
I would watch that 100% more than a lot of Olympic sports.
If that becomes a sport, then eventually down the line, Big Buck Hunter is going to have a pocket pussy, like, right in the front of it.
Big Fuck Hunter. That's going to be.
So, like,
It's just a chick. It's like a girl's ass, and like
you fuck the machine while shooting electronic bucks.
But there's like a button. You have to like hump the button as many times. Yeah, like if you're not humping the button, it doesn't register, and your gun won't fire.
If you come before you drop all $3, you lose.
And then and if you come first, then like you're out. Just get out of there. This is a very messy game, by the way. It's a very messy game.
Very XXX games. I like that.
Hunters.
Well, then we have to come up with other events.
Oh, we could. Hunters that are sexually active
breaking
are
news.
not sexual predators.
Blow hunting, where you get a blow
Breaking
job
news.
while bow hunting.
Breaking news. Someone has already responded to Pat's K-pop tweet.
No way.
Yep.
Is it you?
No, it was not me.
Just like your life. Just like your life. Crying emoji, crying emoji. You're pretty much jealous. They used the wrong your. I'm going to correct them.
Don't. Pat, you don't want this smoke.
Oh, I want this smoke.
This is famous last words.
By the way,
dude, they're not going to stop.
Hold on. Picture a K-pop fan. That's exactly who just very stereotypical of exactly what you expect a K-pop fan to look like.
They're very mean, Pat. They're already coming at you right now saying your life is shit and your life sucks or whatever it is. Like, hold on. Wait. They'll be very mean.
This person joined Twitter specifically for K-pop. You want to know how I know? They've got 76 following, 2 followers, and they joined in September 2020. They joined sometime in the last 2 days. And they joined just to hunt people like me on Twitter.
I'm telling you, dude. That's probably because they had like a million other accounts that got like banned because all they did was just trash people on Twitter that said bad things about K-pop. I'm telling you, nobody wants that K-pop smoke. Actually, if Gravy Gang, don't do it. I was going to say, if the Gravy Gang just overrides that whole thing, like everybody just talks shit, like copy paste Pat's post, and then just you say that, then you're going to just get flooded. But nobody wants to get flooded because they're mean. They're very mean. They made fun of me.
I was
self-conscious about it. I'm not going to lie.
Go in my comment on mine and just hashtag K-pop sucks, BTS sucks.
No, because then they'll come at me. I don't want to be part of that. Yeah, go.
You don't need to be part of it. I didn't tag you in mine.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to do it. I was like, I'm not going to go join in on
if they want to.
Gravy Gang, if you feel like engaging in this, I am warning you. They have a lot more time than all of us. And they're mean. Anything that you're self-conscious about, they'll point out, and they won't even have to know. They'll just fucking know, and it'll be, it was hurtful. All right, okay. Moving on. No, hunters that are sexually active are not sexual predators. You have to have sex while doing that, and then sexual predating is the name of it. That's the Olympic sport, and it's nothing to do with rape or underage. We're not going to call them sexual predators. We don't associate with sexual predators, okay? That's the end of that. Okay? There's no winning with that, answering that question. So we're going to not answer. You know what? That's not a thing. We don't call people that unless they're bad people. Moving on.
They responded and it didn't even make sense. They responded to me already and it didn't even make sense. I don't know what to do with
it. It doesn't have to make sense. There's a language barrier. But there's going to be like millions.
I just said and they go, yeah, of myself. Because
that is them that's sort of what your means. I don't know. Keep us updated, please. Please keep us updated. All right, moving on. Our final answers question comes from our boy Matthew Jaramillo at TX Jalapeno 85. And he says, well, as I'm up this morning cooking breakfast, I go to look under my cabinet, under my sink to look for more dish soap. Yes, I still wash dishes by hand, but I'm looking. Dude, you got to start framing these as a question more. You got to frame these better as a question, dude. I love you. Just frame them as he says, yes, I still wash dishes by hand, but I'm looking at a huge pile of plastic bags under there. So how many bags are too many bags to keep under there? How many bags are too many bags to keep under your sink?
Let me shorten this question for you. How many plastic bags is too many to hold on to before you get to start getting rid of them?
Let's go around the room, or the Zoom as we're on right now. That's pretty cool rhyme. Does anybody have any plastic bags under their sink right now?
No.
I do.
I keep them in different places.
Yeah, I keep mine.
I've got a shit ton on top of my fridge. And then also in the bottom of the pantry. I don't know why I have 2 spots. They just are there.
Are you drying out these bags? Because that was what I was saying. What do you mean
drying out? They're not wet. They're plastic bags.
Then why do you keep them under your sink? That's where
no. That's just his spot. That's just his spot where he keeps them.
Okay.
Everyone's got their own spot. Here's what I'm gonna do.
There's not too many. There's their amount. I don't think there's too many bags to have under there.
No. But here's what I'd say. If you think you have too many, go get yourself I don't know about you guys. Do
Plastic
y'all's moms have that thing that you hang on the back of the door in the pantry where it's like you can just stuff a bunch of bags into it? It's like a cloth thing about this
I have
size.
one of
It's got a
those.
hole on
I
each
have
side.
one of those.
Yeah,
Every time I go to
just
HEB,
get-
because you can use it to take shit. Like every time I need to take like breakfast or lunch to work, that's my bag, and then you can just ditch it. It's easy.
Wait, it's got a. What are you talking about? This
Like
is
where
not
you
a
recycle
one-use
grocery
thing.
bags out of, basically.
Yes, but it's got a hole on both sides.
Yeah, and then you just shove the grocery bag
So, hold
into
on.
the bottom part, and then you pull it out the bottom part later. Yeah.
I thought you were saying you take your work or your food to work in that and then discard that. So what are you talking about?
I like when I'm
No,
going to work,
those
I'll
are-
grab the
those are
bag
great.
out of it.
Those are
I
great,
thought he was
'cause
talking about
that-
Ziploc bags, because like there's people that like if you have like chicken in a
No.
Ziploc bag, you use it for dinner or whatever. Then they like clean out that, and then they put the bag over.
No,
like, the soap.
no, those are single use. Get rid of those. No, he's talking about grocery bags, you dickhead.
Oh, I don't
like
know. Like, as
plastic
many that
Kroger
fit in
bags
a
or
fucking
HEB.
bag. Have a bag
Yeah,
for
or
the bags,
there
and
is
then
no
when
number,
that's full,
but-
you don't do it anymore.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think there is any number. Keep as many as you want. But if you are worried about having too many, get yourself one of those. And once you can't stuff any more in, then you just start throwing them away or recycle them. I just throw those away. Does anybody recycle those bags?
No, I don't.
I don't think so. Here's the weird thing is I have no system for when I throw them away, when I keep them. Sometimes I go to the grocery store and throw them on top of the fridge.
If they have a hole,
Sometimes
on
I just throw them away.
if they have like a hole in like because a lot of times like whatever you get, they'll like put in weird and it'll like cut a hole in it. It's like then I'll throw that one away. But then the ones that are good, the Target bags, I feel like I've had the best luck on like those guys have the primo plastic bags. Those don't break. They can withstand a lot of pressure. You can put a lot of stuff into it. And then a lot of the other grocery store bags are not as good.
You still talking about plastic bags?
So yeah, yep.
I'm not. Hey, you're right though. Those Target bags are thick.
Thick. They're very thick. Very thick.
Oh
They're
my God, it's
tremendously
so
thick.
thick.
The thickest I've
It's
ever
so
seen.
thick. You're ridiculously thick. So thick.
All right, that was it, I guess. Okay, I actually thought we were talking Ziploc bags at first. I'm glad that circled around. Robert,
You're
do you
an
have
idiot.
do you keep grocery bags in a bag?
Yes, we have them in the pantry.
That's like a
need to get
universal
one of
thing.
those. I don't know
Everybody
why I
does
don't
that,
have one.
right?
I think so.
I'm just
Like
a messy piece of shit, so I don't have one. I just throw them on top of the fridge.
Like
But
they're just in a
growing
pile?
up, yes, my family always had one of those. Yeah, it's literally just a pile on top of the fridge.
Okay.
It's like I'll take a picture and send it to you. It's ridiculous.
Post it on Twitter before you get just fucked over from all the K-pop fans. I get
Let's
to
see
do
if
another
they
podcast
responded
with you
again.
tonight.
No.
I'm very excited to hear the updates on that because it's probably going to happen.
I don't think there is going to be a lot. I think it's just this one no-person follower is going to come after me.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I hated it. It was one of my worst Twitter days ever. But that's all we got, I think, guys. At Pass Grade Pod on Twitter, I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at Not Pat Dan. Robert's at Robert Barbosa 03. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever else you're listening to us. If you're enjoying the podcast, which I hope you are, if you've listened, like, what are we? 2.5 hours in. Oh, if you're listening now, like I would assume you like it, right? Share us with a friend. Be like, yo, check out this podcast. It's awesome. And then, send them the link to it. Make sure you're subscribed to us. If you're subscribed, unsubscribe and resubscribe. Make sure you send us a screenshot of you being subscribed. I'll pick a random person to send a Pastor Gravy shirt to. How about that? I'll send a Pastor Gravy shirt to you of your liking if you send us a screenshot of you being subscribed to Pastor Gravy Podcast. And bonus points if you're subscribed to Recent Studies Suggest and Pastor Gravy Bro as well. If you send us 3 screenshots, then I'm going to send one lucky winner a Pastor Gravy shirt of your choosing. And other than that, that's all I got. Please, the 5-star review, roast us in the comments as long as you give us the 5 stars. Be good to each other. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Be careful with that K-pop smoke. And is that it? Anybody else? No?
Get some thick bags.
Thick bags. Until then, Pastor Gravy, you bitches.
A lonely mother gazing out of her window, staring at a son that she just can't touch. If at any time he's in the jam, she'll be by his side. But he